going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're all doing well. Let's get this tourney started. Tonight, it is Blood for the Blood God and Skulls for the Skull Throne. So it should be fun, man. Khorne's a cool faction. I feel like they're pretty solid, very good mid-tier, maybe like A-tier faction, give or take. What are they actually doing on the stats right now? Yeah, Khorne is quite literally like it, right? At 50% win rate. Let me show you guys this real quick. Hold on 1 second here. I'm moving this up. All right. Just got to organize a couple things. So yeah, if we take a look, Khorne is actually sitting at a 50% win rate. And there's tons of data on them too. Khorne is probably not the most popular faction, but pretty close to it. Who has the most games played, actually? So Khorne actually might have the most. Let's see, 350 and 368. It's quite a few games. Why? Okay, answer me this. Why are the Dark Elves so popular? The Dark Elves have so many games played. Oh my god, 422? The Dark Elves have the most games played of any faction in tournaments this season. Putting everybody else to shame. That's wild, man. You see how many games that is? That's nuts. Well, anyways, let's get back to the match. I'm going to be starting the tournament right now. It is 6:02 and it is go time. So thank you all for joining tonight. And we're going to be getting started with our good old routine of SFT. Tonight is 5 rounds, though. It is a 5-round tournament, so it's going to be a little bit sweatier, a little bit longer. That's what she said. And yeah, it should be good. Hell to the yeah, man. Yeah, why are Dark Elves so... Yeah, there's a dedicated faction main who only plays Dark Elves every round. I know. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what's going on there. All right, so let's generate the brackets. Let's go get wrecked a few matches. Let's learn a little bit, shake off the old rust. And we are going to be playing Arno in the first round. All right, so the tournament is live. Everybody go get your opponents. And let me ping everybody now. Goblins round 1 is live. All right, GLHF. I'm having a great day, man. Everything's good. The wife and I were scoping out some places that we might want to move today. So we were looking at some houses and whatnot, and different places to maybe rent or buy or whatever. We're just scheming it out. All right, so we're going to find Arno right now. I think this is going to be them. Let us go ahead and see and disable this. Yo. We're up. Round 1. And the maps for round 1 are going to be what? So we have Altar of the Champion, Crystal Lake, and Glinty Tooth's Crag, which is a very interesting map. Let's ban that one out. Okay. So as usual, we will be playing, and then if we don't make top 4, we're going to be casting the rest of the games. So that should be quite a bit of fun. You ban first. All right, so we got our opponent here. Everybody's fetching their opponents for now, which is great. And we're good to go. Colorado is great, by the way. Yeah, I've heard good things about it, man. I've always wanted to check out Colorado. Seems like it'd be definitely right up my alley. Probably a similar dryish climate to California, right? Which is, of course, something I enjoy myself. Come to Australia. We get our internet by courier pigeon. You get your internet by courier pigeon and your Games Workshop minis by your entire wallets. It's just so brutal, man. Oh my god. I feel like we do that every couple streams. We'll take a look at the prices for the miniatures. For you poor Australians. Oh man, you guys get wrecked hard. It's so rough. Jeez Louise. I like how somebody in chat is like, don't even bother coming to my state. They're just like, just don't even bother. Don't come to Missouri. All right, give me some reasons why to not come to Missouri. Reaper, I need more details. I'm just curious why you would say that. It's funny though. Your internet cable. Well, we get our internet cables attacked by squirrels. That's what happens with us. What is Warhammer content doing in the Age of the Rings channel? It should be on. It should say Warhammer 3. Oh, okay. You're just saying in general. Okay, I thought I had the wrong toggle on Twitch or something, and it was appearing wrong. All right, I got you. All right, and sounds good. Who are you playing? So my opponent has responded. They're going to be joining in here. We have Eat the Rich, and it looks like they're going to be playing the Vampire Coast. Vampire Coast to Coast. So aces. So Altar of the Champion is probably going to be a good map for us. We will play Altar of Champ. Yeah. So we're going to play Altar of the Champion. That's going to be the map. And now I'm going to start my armies here real quick, and we will do it. So let me get the blocker up. I don't know if I have one still, so let me find that real quick. All right. So let's see here. Did we get the Missouri reasons? Missouri has lantern bugs, don't they? Are you saying like huge insects? Okay, that's something. Perfect. We got our screen blocker up now, so we can start working on our army, and we should be golden. All right. So let's get some business going. Reason number one not to go there is just because it's... Oh, man. All right. So let's get Corn Dog going. How many of you guys are down for a little bit of Corn Dog action tonight? It's going to be good. We are facing the dreaded Vampire Coast, which is a fun matchup. I think it's Corn favored. I'm not sure, though, because I don't really play Corn. Just kind of dabbling with them here tonight. This map does have some shooting gallery potential, although I don't know. I think there's some trees and elevations and things like that. Okay, so Reaper, you just sold me on it. The fact that it's, yeah, the humid summers, man. Oh, dude, humidity is rough. Arball. Did we do Arball the Undefeated? I think there's better choices. I think Valkia is probably a little bit stronger, or Skulltaker, for example. Skulltaker is going to be a menace too. I played this matchup actually in the tournament. I played it against somebody who's a really good Corn player. I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody. Somebody was doing the big scheming. Okay, looks fine. And there we go. Corn for the Corn Dogs. Yes. Let it flow. These times are pretty nice for Australians. Hell yeah, man. I know well, we had stuff going on earlier in the day. I will be streaming earlier in the day as well. Okay, let's get you guys. I don't even know what to get in the front line. I'm like, what the hell is this? Do we want Wrathmongers? I feel like Wrathmongers are going to be... Yeah, what does Arball do? He can summon a Chaos Spawn unit. Can I bring him on foot? No, yeah, you could bring Arball on foot. Okay, there is that. He does have good armor piercing. Arball in. All right. So, you know what? We can have some fun tonight and experiment with some off meta because, you know, we're just trying to learn and have some fun, right? Okay. Yes. And what does that do? I'm like having to read the abilities on this character here. All right. That's fun. Okay. So for our next disappearing act... Oh, I love California. I love living here. My only gripe with California is how expensive it is. That's the thing I don't like about it. But aside from that, I grew up here, you know. But we didn't grow up in a big city. We grew up in a small mountain village. Only has 10,000 people, so it's pretty small. And I love it here. It's paradise. Just too expensive, you know. That's the problem. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a little corny here. Do I make you corny, baby? All right. So I think a couple of those are going to be good. And do we want like a skull cannon or something? I feel like on this map it could actually do some decent work, just getting weird angles and shit. Yeah, maybe so. All right. So in reserve, we could get... Our Skull Reaper's good here. Oh, the Skull Reaper has a tech against like Sirens. That's kind of cool. I don't hate that idea. Okay, we're getting into the Forbidden Tech now. Although Sirens we don't really care about, right? Because we could just use the Chaos Furies to take them down. I think that's, yeah. That's more than enough. That's going to be great. All right, so... Forsaken of Corn, probably a good choice for getting up as well and bum rushing the objectives and taking some ground. You guys want the monkey of Corn, the dreaded Corn monkey? Yes, that's what you guys thirst for here, huh? Okay, I respect that grind. Okay, so we got 4,000 left. Let's get a couple more of you guys. Any sense to bring the Bloodwake Berserkers? I mean, they're just like probably impossible for Vampire Coast to kill. So just like throw one in the army. See what happens, right? Yeah, why the hell not? Blood Beasts, probably decent against like Crabos. Maybe having a little bit of Blood Beast action to fight the crabs is good. Minotaurs with great weapons, I guess they're good against like a crab-centric rush. If we need to worry about that, but the Blood Beasts are a little bit cheaper. So I think we go Blood Beast, and then we can get one more Marauder in the mainline build. Got the Forsaken, Marauder, and... Yeah, I don't know. I feel like in this matchup, there's so many directions I can go, and honestly, most of them are probably going to be fine. 1,200 for the Exalted Bloodletters, who are really vulnerable against the Bombers, I feel. Chaos Warriors of Corn with dual weapons will certainly be really, really killy. Shielded Chaos Warriors also a respectable pick, I think. Man, my opponent's ready, dude. He's in the zone. He is ready to duel. Okay. I don't hate this. I think it's fine. I think it is fine. You got Promised Corn Dogs. Well, you're in the right spot. Let me check if there's any items I can bring on you. And I guess we'll just get Foe Seeker there. GLHF. Let's have some fun. Chaos Spawn are actually not terrible here. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, Rabbit Squirrel for sure. Yeah, if anybody has never visited California, LA isn't representative of the rest of the state. Absolutely. And it's like that for a lot of states, right? Like a lot of states will have reputations and stereotypes, but the reality is very different from that typically. All right. So let's get this going. Let's jam-a-lamb. Let's have some fun. But the one stereotype about California, which is largely true, is the fact that it's so freaking expensive. It's like, oh my god, the real estate prices in tandem with the extremely high interest rates we have in our country right now is like it's obscenely difficult to get into anything, especially for us dreaded millennials. All right, so let's take a look and break it down. It is going to be, you guys talked me into it. It is Arball on foot. So I can't remember if I've ever seen Arball brought. Does he not have a shield? He just has like an axe in one hand. Okay, so he's pretty pimping. And he's going to be rocking those. We have, how are we going to play this? So let's read the objective situation. So definitely objective 3, and then I think we just grind on objective 1 is going to be the play. All right, so we got these guys out here. They're going to rush the side objective and get 1, 2, and that should be good there. Let's put you in 3, you guys in 1. We can get a cultist here. They're going to go in group 1. We'll send these guys over towards group 3. And Arball is going to just kind of roll independently here. He's going to be doing his thing, 3 and 4. And then we got the doggies as well. Going to be in 5. Yeah, football, guys. Oh, we're playing football. Oh, it's great. Okay, so I think we're all set. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what my opponent whips out. Maybe they'll beat me down. Maybe I'll beat them. Find out on today's episode. We're going to go here. We're going to get you guys on the outside objective there. And we do have the big scary hell cannon, which I think we can get some good value. And foot Arball is going to waddle over here. So this thing, we need to take fire at will off. This is a tech on this map, because on this map I can hide behind the pillars and be really, really annoying with that cannon. And the horsemen are going to grab that point on the outside as well. So they're just going to chill out there. And we're going to get this thing up and start shooting as well. Football is cool. Pretty funny, the name, football. Okay, so we're going to start getting shots on the gunnery mobs here. So let's start blasting, get you guys around the outside. Arball's going to go here with the boys, and do we hit? Okay, not the best shot ever, but honestly does connect, and we're going to get the hounds to keep chasing, and Arball and company are going to do it. All right, so you guys do this, and what we're going to do in the meantime is send a dual weapon marauder all the way out there to guard that objective. Hound's going to charge in. We're going to get the skull cannon to shoot here, and those hounds should feast like the heathen kings of old. Yes, they do. Another shot point blank is going to do some okay damage, you know, but we can just bring it into melee here and have it farm ammunition and move forward. Oh, so there were Mourngulls over there. Okay, so we do see the main coastline army coming in here. We are going to get our clutches on this point, and we do get hit by the Wraith Storm. But out of the gate's pretty good. We do manage to get some value here, and let's get the Marauders into this thing. We're going to get the Hell Cannon to start shooting at the Salt Lord Scuttlers here. And these two characters, is it going to be Noctilus? Okay, Arball should be able to punish Noctilus, I think. Should be able to give Noctilus the punishment. Look at that. The Hellforge Bellower is actually putting some hurt down on the Salt Lord Scuttlers there, so that's pretty rad. So, yeah, the reason why I picked this map in the pick and ban process is because line of sight shooting is very difficult here. So I figured we could feast pretty good and really, really get away with quite a bit. We're going to pull the Horseman over to Throwing Axe U, and now we're just going to save up. So if Noctilus wants to come in and party, we can attack him with the two cultists and attack with Arball as well. Let's get you throwing at the Scuttlers and keep shooting there. And we're just going to call in the big scary. Okay, the Mourngulls are on that outside point, so I need to be very privy to that. So cultists can start fighting here. If it is going to be those guys, I'm going to call in a Corn Gore to contest the outside objective and see what that leads to here. But in the meantime, this is going very well. Salt Lord Scuttlers are getting it, and the gun units are getting worn down, and they should be dead in a minute. So we're going to switch the guns onto the Mourngulls there. And now they're advancing up. All right, so they are coming for me. These guys can kind of work on the outside. We'll get the Corn Gores out there to do their thing. And yeah, I think Wrathmongers are going to be the next call out. But the cultists actually got the farm a little bit earlier than they normally would have, which was great. And we do take down the bad boys. Mourngulls are getting blasted. And overall, I think we're in a very commanding position. So let's use the throwing weapons to melt them. Arball does have the Eye of Corn, which we're going to be using eventually. So let's just kind of keep moving up here. Some of the hand cannon mobs are going to get some good damage there, but hopefully nothing too crazy. All right, so, man, do we save for Wrathmongers? I think we do. I think we save for the Wrathmongers. So we are farming a lot of skulls. We're going to keep pushing through and trying to get closer to the gun line there. In the meantime, that's a nice pit of shades right there from my opponent. Very, very clean. But the thing is, we're going to get a big envelop around the outside here, probably. We're going to be able to kind of keep rolling on this formation here. Let's blast you guys. And these horsemen are going to want to retreat back right now. Yeah, because there's Mourngulls coming, so we don't want any of that smoke. All right, so you guys attack into those. We do manage to maintain the capture weight, which is great. And now we can call in the Forbidden Tech, which is going to be the Wrathmongers. So Wrathmongers are going to come here. We're going to get them in there. And they're going to start moving up. All right, so the cultists have gotten in, and we do know they have their summons active. So we're going to do one summon here, and we're going to do another summon right here as well. So that's going to be double summon. double trouble. So you guys pile in. Did the horsemen get back? They did. And now we're going to get our bloodletter summons to start chasing down the hand cannon units. So that's going to be the demonic incursion into the backfield there, right? All right, so we do have this explosion ability, the Fury of the Blood God. Let's see what kind of damage it does. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. That ain't bad. Yeah, so there, we do manage to wear those guys down. There's a handgun unit causing problems over there for me, so we're going to go get this and go get this as well. And our ball doing some nice AoE damage, and the handgunners are pretty heavily compromised right now. This side is a little bit dodgy, so we're going to need to hide behind this pillar and probably call in a Corn Gore to help deal with that. Could send the Wrathmongers in, but I think that's going to be fine. So I think we're starting to trade very well, because the two cultists are going to be very fighty here, and they're going to trade very, very well. We do have some deck gunners, but shooting is very difficult on this map. At least in my anecdotal experience, it's been very difficult. All right, let's pull you guys over there. Reform ranks in the middle, reform ranks there. We do manage to secure the outside objective, and we're going to get a Corn Gore coming in soon at 725 to help reinforce this objective too. All right, so yeah, we do have this ability. I haven't had any opportunities to really feast with it yet. We do manage to take down the 2 gun units, and I do have Sword of Corn. All right, so you guys just park on the point. Use your throwing weapons. Outside is going to be collapsed there. And do we have any Sword of Corn ideas? Those are just cheap chaff units. We probably honestly just yield this outside objective, so we're just going to park you guys like behind the hill there and then move in eventually. So we do need to get a Fury to shut down that freaking deck gunner back there. Those things are actually doing quite a bit of damage. The value's a lot closer than I would like it to be. So we're going to fly you guys across, and we're going to get our horsemen back behind the pillar again. And you guys can come back here and chase down these deck gunners. Yes, yes. Let's go waddle after them. If at all possible, a little bit of unsummoning here, and we do see these guys chilling out. And I think it's time to call it a Fury, get it over the top of my opponent's army here on the side, and then we'll figure it out. So our Ballin is doing good. I mean, he's pimping it. We do manage to get on top of the Salt Lord Scuttlers, and I do have Sword of Corn. Really don't want to use it on that unit, though. That's going to feel bad. And is there any threat on the outside? There is a little bit of a threat on the outside objective, but we do have some Corn Gores there still, so that's nice. All right, so you guys circle, Furies, go after the deck gunners out there, and what do we want to do? Probably move you guys around the side here. Arball and company are going to be able to get this one. We do have a meaty sword toss, that's right. We do have that, but I don't know where we want to use it quite yet. And this objective is a little bit flimsy out there, so I think I'm going to call a baseline Marauder. I don't have any in reserve. Okay. By the way, I lost my Skull Cannon. I don't know when that happened. I just totally AFK'd, and it's just gone now, so we don't ask such questions. You know, we don't we don't wonder where it went. I must have just let it die. Man, okay, I'm really spacey right now. I can't believe I let that happen. That could have been a very, very dodgy situation. So we're going to get some doggies over there. We're going to move there. And we are ahead on value despite, like, whatever. I mean, you guys obviously saw it. You guys are probably all like, you know, the cannon was gone. I don't know where I lost the cannon. I just, like, am spaced out right now, man. All right, so we do have the Fury of the Blood God. We're going to pop that. And that's going to do a little bit of AoE damage. Nice. And we have the Eye of Corn, so we're going to get you guys in there and get the Wrathmongers in. They can just clear this shit out. In the meantime, you guys get this. No idea how that cannon died, by the way. I have no freaking idea. All right, Sword of Corn. I mean, I guess we just... You know what? Let's actually test and see how it does against those deck gunners. I'm really curious. The Morgul ROR trashed it? Okay, got it. Yeah, I was wondering what happened. All right, some more Marauders. We do get the Sword of Corn. Is it worth it, though? It kind of kills that unit. Sort of. Not quite. They're very low, and we do have the doggies coming in to clean up the house here. A couple of these guys going, so let's unsummon you guys, and the Marauders need to head to the outside objective there. Yeah, the Battle Lust is blinding me, it's true. I mean, Corn is not one to probably protect his range units as much as he protects his other precious. So our ball is in there. We have the Wrathmongers cooking, and we need to get you guys on the Salt Lord Scuttlers up here. Hound's able to deal with that on the periphery. And yeah, we're in good shape here, I would say. We're in a winning position. We do have the deck gunners, which are a little bit annoying. I could do like a big dive on those. Wrathmongers are going to clean up shop here. Our ball is going to try. I do have the Eye of Corn. Do I want to use that before? I'll save it for when it really matters. All right, so out there we go. Let's get a Corn Gore going out there to secure that objective, and we just kind of hold on there. All right, so, yep, those bats are going to be down for the count in a moment. We will have another Sword of Corn as soon as it comes off cooldown. And Morgul's are cool and all, but they are not going to hang up against the Wrathmongers. The Wrathmongers is going to give them the business. The deck gunners got me. Okay, that makes some sense. All right, so doggies go there. Let's get you guys out here as well. And, yep, just fly overhead. And, yeah, we got our clutches on these objectives pretty good. Could use the Wrathful. Yeah, we could do that. That's going to keep them from losing any models, which is going to be nice. And now we can just go diving with these since they're out of ammunition. So, all right, let's degroup them. Form ranks. We're going to just run right past you and just chill out. And what is he going to be sending over there? Dogs and pistols and things like that. So I think we're good. All right, finally take these stupid deck hunters down. Jeez Louise, they've been a menace. All right, so we're going to get one corn cap here. The other one's going to dive those guys. And, all right, so yeah, we're just grinding out the middle, man. I think it's going to be too hard for them to really take any ground. We're going to get some more corn gores over there. Get up on the far side. So aside from us just like AFK losing a unit, I think we played an okay game. Like, the cannon should not have died. There was no reason for that to die on this map. It could have sat back here indefinitely and just, like, fought all freaking day, right? All right, so that objective is going to be fine. We're going to get the Marauders over there to go stuff this and keep the Corngors in reserve. And we do have another Corngor unit coming up to the middle. But, like, good luck dealing with the Wrathmongers, you know? That's going to be so freaking hard. Like, the Mourngulls are, like, they are anti-infantry units, right? But, like, those things are just such a pain to deal with. So we're going to get a Horseman to come here, help out a little bit, and we do have the this ability. So what does it have to target? Okay, an enemy unit below 20%. So we're going to try and get it on one of these Mourngulls once we get them a little bit lower. Call these guns over here, and Arball, is he going to be Arballing soon? Maybe he will. How are the Wrathmongers doing? Yeah, they're cleaning up house. Let's get these guys in there, and we have our 2 cultists. We pop a little bit of Foe Seeker. Get you guys in there, and maybe move you guys over here to Gremlin down on that objective. Maybe. All right, so the Eye of Khorne, let's go ahead and do it. Yep, so we're going to insta-delete those Mourngulls. And yes, the Eye of the Gods open. All right, so there we go. So we do get that, which is great. Corngor's chilling out on the side. A couple of Crabbo-Stabos are on their way over too. Let's take you over there. Go do this. We're going to park you there to help deal with the big boys coming in. And yeah, I think we just clean up now because the spawn of Khorne are going to Shrek most of that. And yeah, then we get the Horsemen. Let's put them in control group 4. They can come this way. The other Horsemen that are out of ammunition are just fighting in melee, which is honestly, Khorne Horsemen, pretty good fighters. All right, so Animated Hulk should be a problem. Pull you guys over there. Outside objective, we could definitely steal that soon. We could just get you guys on that point. Yeah, it looks like, as a matter of fact, these pistols are just going to straight up crumble before the might of the Blood God. Okay, so how are we looking in the middle? Our Ballin is doing good. And yeah, we get you guys out there. You guys can go after the Sirens. We're just going to Sword of Khorne those Sirens. That's basically how we deal with them. Or honestly, Furies killed them incredibly quick too. So those are all viable tactics. All right, so Cultists get back on the point. Our ball should be able to smash Count Noctilus in a fight, and our spawn are still relatively healthy. Yeah, they are summoned, though. They're going to be disappearing soon, so we'll get what value we can. All right, so those guys on the outside objective are taken to Pound Town, and we're going to go get those guys in a moment. And yeah, right now, probably Noctilus is going to die to Arball the Undefeated, which, hey, he gets to, you know, be lore accurate to his name here. And that's going to be GG, well played. All right, so that's round 1, baby. We made a huge mistake in the beginning. I just, like, AFK, brain fog, forgot my unit, but we still managed to pull it out. I think the big clutch play was summoning the 2 cultists' bloodletters on top of the 2 gun units and shutting those down. So there you go. GG. Still got it, baby. Well played to my opponent. He played a good match. All right. Well played. He played a great match. Just, I think his army comp was a little bit off for the map. That map is, I think it's a little bit too hard to shoot on that map. Yeah, our ball was fun though. 700 value. Cultists did good. Doggies did good. The cannon would have done great if I didn't AFK it. Wrathmonger is obviously insane because, you know, they're really hard for Vampire Coast to deal with outside of open field shooting. Hey, Turin, how would you rank the 4 greater demons from best to worst? Are we talking about exalted or regular? Let me know and I'll answer your question. Blood for the Blood God, Skulls for the Skull Throne. And that is going to be round 1. And let's check this. I set the show. If he doesn't show, aces. Okay, so we have to report our round now. Tonight's a 5-rounder, so it's going to be a lot of games. I think I'm going to start adding just, you know, 1 extra round to these tournaments because 4 is too little. I felt like those streams were ending too quickly and we were just kind of blue-balled, right? We all wanted more Vampire Coast. I do feel like that's Khorne favored that matchup. Although on some maps, I think Coast can beat Khorne. Like big open field maps, I think Khorne could have problems against the bombers and things like that. All right, there we go. R-ballin'. Yeah, we are R-ballin'. Cool, man. ROR cannon, I'm really sad I just AFK'd that thing. That thing could have gotten me so much value. Yeah, I just had it shooting at the Mourngulls there, and then I forgot about it. Feels bad. So, players in the game in the old tourney tonight, we can take a look and see the tail of the tape. It is going to be down here. So, currently, I was able to win my match. The Space Pope defeated Maximillionaire. Snickerdoodle defeated Nerd. Death by Ricochet defeated Claw. And then we have a handful of other players playing here. Alexander, Scrambled Egg, B6, Adam, Gondola, Boss Toss, Torreson, Blood Penguin, Edgardo, Blake, and Seth. So, some very, very strong players playing tonight. Some big dogs for sure. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to see if we can take it with Khorne. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta figure it out. They're honestly pretty simplistic though. Khorne is a very good beginner faction. Like, even if you're not too familiar with the game, their build style and play is pretty straightforward. We did get a Sword of Corn last game. We dropped it on the Deck Hunter guys. Yeah, it did some... Do we have a Cornate background, by the way? I mean, Champions of Chaos is probably the closest thing you're going to be getting, right? Just like a kind of a ruined Chaos battlefield or something. Yeah. No Intensity tonight. Yeah, he usually plays earlier in the day. I'll sometimes go early, but yeah, he usually will stream early and then I'll stream later. Sometimes it alternates, but I don't think I've ever seen Intensity stream super late. Maybe a couple times, but yeah, he's got a tight schedule there. All right, guys, thank you for joining. That is round 1, and we're going to be making another lobby here and getting ready for round 2. And how are we looking on the round? Games are starting to wrap up here. We have 4 rounds left to finish, and then we should be good to go. Bringing up... so eventually, when we are in the process of updating the website, it will be switched to dark mode. It's a journey. We have some amazing volunteers who are working on the website. Shout out to our boy Marshall. And yeah, it's going to be cool, man. I got some awesome plans for the website because, yeah, when it's updated and a little bit smoother, it'll be more modular. So we can have like leaderboards for different games we cover, right? So if we're covering, Age of the Ring, for example, we could have a tournament leaderboard or whatever, And then obviously we'll be able to ramp up our events because the brackets will be smoother. It's not going to be laggy. There'll be less bugs with it when we have big events. So should be big. Should be big. All right, so let's see here. Let's pause this here, refresh this. Still a couple lads to go. All right, so this build against Vampire Coast, I think it works on that kind of a map. On an open field map, I think we'd have to change things. But any map where you have terrain you can kind of hide behind and shoot from the sides with mobile artillery like Hellforge Bellowers, it seems pretty good, actually. Let's actually go test that real quick. I want to see how effective the Hellforge Bellowers are against like monster stuff, So let's go to Land Battle, which again is our old testing format here. And we're going to do, where's this? Pillar Bone. It's a pretty small map. Remember the Bone Zone? How many of you guys remember the Bone Zone from the days of old, man? Those were some times. Those were some times. All right, so we're going to test it against like monsters, infantry, and whatnot. I'm curious how effective it is. We could even try it against Croxagors, right? So we can get some Lizardmen, Croxagor. Like, they're pretty similar to what I want to test against, like the Crabs. Infantry, and then like some Cab or something, and that should be all right. Okay, so let's get some Corngors. There we are. All right. If you're a web developer, Turin will pay you an Applebee's. Yeah, let's go, dude. Let's go. Bone Zone is a classic map. Skull Grinders, you mean the Soul Grinders? Yeah, Soul Grinders are decent in some matchups. I don't know about the Cornate one. Because the Corn one has a cannon that you can't control. But if you're going for like a kiting Corn build, maybe it's not terrible, right? All right, so we're going to set you guys up. We're going to get you guys like so, do this, and go from there. All right, so against you, I mean, that's pretty respectable. Let's see what it does against the Croxagor. Okay, is it going to fire? That's okay. Over the course of a long game, it certainly can add up, right? So let's get it down the side and shoot at these Sar Spears. Yeah, I mean, after nerfs, certainly not as strong, but like this is decent value. It's already gotten about 300 value so far. The Corn one is underrated. Yeah, it has really good combat prowess. Can it shoot down the side of a fight here? So I'm obstructed, okay. So I'm having obstruction issues. But if I were to go behind them and shoot... Oh, but that did a shitload of friendly fire. Oh, that actually did a lot of damage against those guys, though. So getting, like... This thing, it seems like you got to micro it a little bit more. Get, like, really point blank. Let's see how this looks here. All right. Not bad. Definitely better than the regular Skull Cannon in terms of, like, burst DPS. But yeah, over the course of a long match, I think this could be worth it. Plus, it's like a decent force multiplier. You can get it in melee. What does this ability even do? Hellraiser. Okay, so... Oh, it's like a constant small Mortis Engine effect. Interesting, interesting. Okay. And shoot the Croxies. Oh, he's going to get run down there. Yeah, I don't hate it. Okay, this is good. We're going to be able to check here. Okay, that was a good shot. They got 8 models, 1,500 HP. You're going to shoot really close range. They're down. Oh, that was a bit of a swing and a miss there. 1,400, 1,461, down to 400 damage right there. Yeah, and the cool part is it is also an anti-infantry chariot. So you can use it to run down infantry, replenish its ammunition. The regular Skull Cannon does have longer range, but its accuracy is pretty bad. You could arguably try a chevroned regular skull cannon to have a more accurate long-range piece. So you would go for the regular skull cannon, and you could chevron that bad boy up to the max, right? So that will increase its accuracy. Let's actually play with that a little bit. Let's see. By the way, is the round over yet? Do we still have time? Why does it vibrate? What do you mean? The skull cannon? Why is it vibrating? It's a motorcycle. That's what's going on there, man. All right, so we're going to try the chevron skull cannon. This is, oh, dude, what if we just unlocked some forbidden strategy? You know, just crush tonight's tournament with Okay, so 380 range. Let's try it against the Colden Riders. The first shot, pretty accurate. Okay. And the next shot, let's see what's going on here. Okay, a little bit. It does have that afterburner effect. Honestly, that's decent. And over here, we're going to be shooting at you. And does, okay, it's not quite as good against those monsters' infantry. Although the range is longer, so you do get a little bit more utility there. Plenty of time. Those games really, they started, how did they start so late? Jeez, people not showing up? Yeah, it's all good. We still have a little bit of time. And they still have 14 minutes on the round timer, so we're all good. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I mean, it is getting decent value with the gold chevrons. Runs out of ammo very quickly, but of course you can replenish ammunition with these things by running things over in melee, because they do have that skull-eating ability, so they are able to feast and get their ammo back. Okay. It's not bad. Now, something I've been having a bit of a... Like, I wonder where the Skull Reapers are good, these guys. I think against maybe Demons of Chaos or any faction that's going to be using mass amounts of Physres infantry, they could be viable-ish. It's hard to justify them, though, man. Compared to, like, a Chaos Warrior, which has 110 armor. But, I mean, they do hit harder. They have spell res. Do they have any other, like, Vanguard or anything like that? I don't think so. No, just that. What about double Skull Cannon versus Scourge Runner Chariots? We could test that a little bit, actually. So we'll put them on Dark Elves and see. I mean, it's just going to be the AI controlling them, so I don't know how well they'll control them. But yeah, against Dark Elves, I can see you getting punished pretty bad by Scourge Runner Chariots. So we're going to try double Skull Cannon here, and we will go max chevrons on these guys. That would be an interesting test. Like 2 of these against the triple or quad Scourge Runner play. It's an idea. Man, so how bad are we fiending for a Total War update? It feels like it's been forever. It has been an obscene amount of time, hasn't it? Before we've gotten a friggin' DLC. All right. I think like Total War is one of the only games where people are like, we want more DLCs, we want more of these microtransactions. Ever thought of making a tournament where the players can only use the weaker units in the faction? I don't know. Probably not. Let's shoot here. But like having, okay, that's pretty respectable shooting, honestly. Like with the chevrons, they seem kind of accurate, but your opponent would be moving most likely. You're still going to get outgunned, but here's the thing. You have way more range. Like, I'm sitting at range by choice, but you have the better range. So if you buffer them out, how well can we shoot from downtown? Oh, that's pretty good, actually. This isn't bad at all. This is not terrible. I mean, if I were playing range correctly, I'd be able to probably value trade well, but I'm going to run out of ammo way before they do. Okay. And then you run out of ammo, unfortunately, so that's going to be the end of the road there. So these guys will move in here, and we'll do this. Get the Chad Chaos Lord fighting on you, and we'll just take down the enemy Lord, hopefully. We'll see. Shut up and take my money, Total War. I know. Games Workshop's like, what's the secret? How do you... Although people already do that with Games Workshop, right? Everyone's just like, yeah. Whatever slop they put out, people will buy it, including myself. All right. Yeah, I don't hate that, right? What about versus crossbows and range units? It won't be as effective there. It seems like they're better against like cavalry equivalents. They've gotten 1100 value, and you know, if we get the chance to today in one of the matchups, I will experiment with these. The chevron skull cannons up to gold chevron to increase accuracy, but their ammo is so low. They only have like what, 10 shots or something, 12 shots. All right. So let's see here. How are we looking in the round? Looks like we have one game. Blood Penguin and Edgardo are playing. So that is going on. Let me check here. Just got home. We might miss the first round, but okay. Okay. Awesome. So what do we got here? Well, he's here. My opponent has arrived. So is it 626? Okay, so who is Alexander Nuts playing? I think he already played his match. Okay, so we're just waiting on Blood Penguin and Edgardo, so I will message them. Let me know when you're done. Let me know when done with your game. Can Malice beat Arbol? Probably, actually, yeah. I think so. Malice is... I mean, Arbal's a good fighter. You put him on... his flesh beast. His flesh hound. And he's pretty scary, but I think that Malice will beat him. Because Malice has the whole demon form, which is like a second life, basically, which is so incredibly strong. All right, so we're going to be starting round 2 in a moment, and we got the lobby open. And yeah, what are the betting odds that the DLC after this one is finally the... I think it could happen, honestly. My conspiracy theory is that we're going to get an undead DLC someday where we get Nagash and we get like all the... every undead faction's going to get like a DLC. We're finally going to get Tomb Kings and Coast with some new units. Whatever. That's my conspiracy theory. Have you seen the Polish astronaut eating pierogies in space? I haven't. It sounds pretty epic, though. Sounds heroic, to say the least. Okay, so let's refresh this. Those guys still duking it out. I'm going to message Blood Penguin. Let me know when done. Okay. Awesome, and no other admin stuff. So everybody's done, just waiting for this last game. Sigmar willing. I don't know if Sigmar would want an undead overhaul, but, I guess maybe he wants a better fight. Who knows? Dogs of War, please. I would probably rather get the undead update. Yeah, just get us all the undead goodies. I think if we look at all the undead factions, I think Tomb Kings and Vampire Counts are pretty strong. Tomb Kings are probably the most consistent, though, right? Like, we see Tomb Kings a lot at high-level play. Vampire Counts have been making a lot of appearances at high-level play as well. And last weekend's championship, we did see Anticity, I believe, when I think he won 2 or 3 games before he played in the semis. He won 1 while I was casting, so he must have won 1 Vampire Count game. I think he won 1 against Oishi, too, with Vampire Count. So they've been seeing some action, actually, at high-level play. But we saw a lot of Tomb Kings as well. Tomb Kings have an incredibly good roster. They are just so good. They have great lord choices, like Cetra is good, Arkan is great, Hierophant is good, Grand Hierophant Katep. Solid infantry core, great mobility with their horsemen. They're like cheap cavalry. Monsters are generally all right. Necrosphinx is great. Ushapti are good. Great Bows, Sepulchral Stalkers are all like S tier. Camarine War Sphinx is like an S tier monster too. They've just got such a solid, big, good roster. Coast is definitely more in Struggle City these days. They're really polarizing. Like in some matchups, Vampire Coast can give people the dirty, but generally I think they're harder to play than Tomb Kings. Vampire Counts have a really simplistic playstyle, but there's a lot of skill expression in their single entities and those type of things. Because usually Vampire Counts are just like Unga Bunga. They're just like, I'm just going to move forward with Chaff Units, Corpse Carts, and eventually Mortis Engine with Crypt Horrors. And, my single entities and White Kings are going to carry me. That's kind of how they play. But very, very strong roster. Very, 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 very strong. All right, let's check here and see if these guys started. All right, so it looks like they started their game late. They were having compatibility issues, so I don't think multiple Moose knew how to get the Total Tavern map pack. So the next round should be quicker. Yeah. I would imagine the Tomb Kings campaign as well as the Vampire Coast campaign probably feel a little bit outdated now, right? Like with all the other ones coming in Warhammer 3. Yeah, Foot Khalida with the what's it called? The frickin' Serpent Staff. I don't even know what that thing does. There's so many weird little abilities and interactions in this game to explore and discover, and that's partially what makes it so fun. Okay, strong versus multiple opponents. Was she using that actually to go after SEs? Was that the case? Let's actually load in real quick. We can check. All right, so we're going to go Tomb Kings. I do have a Tomb Kings army in tabletop. They're pretty damn fun. All right, so we're going to get Khalida, and it wasn't being used against single entities, was it? I can't remember. So we're just going to get War Boss, put him on a pig, and that should be that. All right. Coast campaign isn't great right now. It's a shame because I think the most fun I've ever had in a campaign was playing Vampire Coast and the Empire. Empire's campaign followed by Vampire Coast. Coast was so cool when it came out. Like, it was so unique and different, especially the horde mechanics of having the naval fleet. All right, so the Venom Staff, we'll use it on this guy and see what kind of damage it does. Oh, shit. That's actually really good. God damn. So this was Tim the Wilder, or Own Goal, who was doing this. So he was using this, that was the one game where he beat Anticity, I think, in their series. because he used the Venom Staff ability to snipe Archeon with the Shem's Burning Gaze caster. You guys remember that game? That was a crazy, crazy good match. Damn, that's really cost effective. And it has 4 freaking charges? You just keep going with, oh my god, that's really freaking good. Like with a sniping build, because Tomb Kings can bring nets, you can bring Spirit Leech, and the cooldown isn't even that long. Look at that shit. It's like almost killed this guy just poking him at distance. And god, for even a skirmish build, that's going to be amazing. Okay, so Foot Kalita I think is back on the menu. That is really, really strong. Okay, so she's getting punted around by this mounted character, which is classic. Hey, look, it's like tabletop. It's exactly what happens there. We can do another little blast there, and she's gonna get her snake one there. All right, there we go. Boom. Damn, dude, that guy's not having a good time. Not having a good time. Yeah, she was brought on foot in the tournament, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if there's a difference, but yeah, like Tomb Kings, you could do some crazy sniping, right? So you bring her. You bring a Lich Priest with, like, whatever. It could be Spirit Leech. It could be Shem's Burning Gaze. Put that on horseback. And then you can bring, like, a Boner Giant. And, like, you can just snipe something down so freaking quick. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was the Shem's Burning Gazes or the Serpent Staff. But that explains a lot as it pertains to the build. You planning to do a verse campaign? Yeah, for sure. Someday we will. All right, let's try this again. All right. So we get this. We do the Venom Staff here. We're gonna do a Shem's Burning Gaze on you as well. I mean, that's pretty freaking good, right? Like, look at this. That's 1 salvo from our 3 characters here, and it's just like goodbye to this Lord. And this isn't a squishy Lord. I mean, it's not a super tanky one, but I mean, all 3 hit. Like, a player is going to be dodging you, right? They're going to see this coming most likely, but that is freaking brutal and a half. And you could also bring a net with the Lightcaster to really make sure that you get those snipes off, but that's incredibly good. All right, man, I love it. Cool. So maybe I'm going to play Tomb Kings next time. We're going to give it a try because, man, it seems like you could do some real heavy-duty deleting. Yeah, that's no joke. All right, I think we're ready for the next round, probably. Let's check. Are we ready, or are those guys still playing it out? Let's go. Refresh. Damn, they're still in their game? Holy shit. What is going on there? Okay, Blood Penguin and I were having compatibility issues. We're loading now, so I suspect, yeah, he probably just didn't have the mod installed. It's his first tournament. The player who's taken a little bit longer, so we're going to be chill and just let him take his time. It's his first time around. So no stress, boss. I'll just be waiting in here, and if you guys have any questions, now is the time to ask them. Of course. My wife, with all the love there. What are you playing? She's playing some League of Legends over there. So we were talking earlier about this, actually. There's a game I thought about trying out, which is because I love zombie stuff. Like, I love zombie movies and zombie horror and just zombie survival. Like, I really liked the Max Brooks, like the zombie survival guide, like all that kind of stuff. So there was a game that somebody recommended to me, which is called Project Zomboid. It's like a kind of a sandbox zombie survival game, but you can also have your own servers where you and your homies can play and have different survival scenarios and things like that. Slaughterguard are good, yeah. They're quite good, Steven. They actually got picked, I think, in last weekend's championship. Or was it a tournament before that? But it's like a zombie survival game. Yeah. So if any of you guys have any, like, it's good. It's a good game. It would be fun. Is it fun to watch though? Would you guys want to watch it, or is it something that we just kind of play on the side? Zomboid is super fun. Best zombie game ever. Ooh, it's a Kentucky survival simulator. All right, so they finished. We're going to be going into the next round right now. Score should be getting reported. All right, yeah. I'm going to suck at it, I'm sure. But Zomboid looks like a min-maxing hell, but that's just, I wouldn't probably min-max, if anything. Let me see here. Telling them to report their score. Okay. Let's see. Play, like, probably not much of a watch game. Yeah, is it a little bit slow paced? Like when you're playing, you have to like level up and there's a lot of like downtime when you're, yeah, just kind of wondering about the nuances of that. Okay, so it'd be better if we were going to put up something for Project Zomboid to like record it. And like when there's an exciting moment or something, we could like edit something together. Okay, sounds good. Thank you guys. Thank you. So we're going to be advancing the round. Here we go. Next round is coming up. And there we are. So we got Death by Ricochet here in round 2. And it's go time. Goblins, round 2. GLHF, and now my map. So I'm on the first pick and ban, and the maps are going to be these. We have our opponent. All right, so Ricochet. Yo. And I'm Corn. Oh, man, how did we not put a Corn, like the new metal band? Oh, how did we not do that? Oh, foolish. Okay, we got dwarves here. Dwarves are a little bit weird for Corn. Okay, so Norskin Rise, Gates of Ekrend, or Dunes of Cain. I will ban Norskin Rise. So it's either going to be Gates of Ekrend or the Dunes of Cain. Both maps are okay for me because they have line of sight issues. State of Decay 2 is my go-to zombie game. All right, that's cool though. Thank you guys for the feedback on Zomboid. I think we'll do it. I think we'll do it. I don't know when, I don't know where, but we will do it. How does Warhammer 3 compare to Shogun 2? I mean, it's a lot more modern, obviously, but Shogun 2 is an amazing game. It's probably my second favorite Total War game outside of Warhammer. Don't root for the dwarves. You're rooting against me? Dude, how dare you? All right, so we'll do this. Get the code in here, and yes, there they go. There's the lobby, by the way, and Corn is here. So dwarves is tricky. Yeah, gyrocopters are annoying as hell. We're playing Gates of Ekrend, so he picked the map that I wanted to play, thankfully, of the two. Because Gates of Ekrend is a tricky one. You only missed round 1, Mark. We had our first round game, which was very, 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 very good. It was a fun game. So we're going to have to battle the Dowie, the menaces of the old world. Everybody loves the dwarves. Honorable friends of the mountains. Yeah, I hear you on that. Okay. So is he going to Thunderbarge me? Because that's the question. If he Thunderbarges me, I guess I have Furies to just chase that shit down, right? So we're not too worried about the barge. As far as our characters go, I kind of liked Arball's like AoE ability. That was pretty badass. I really don't know what to do here, though. We're just kind of raw dogging it, trying to figure it out. You know, we're going to see what happens. We're getting a Turin birthday, Age of the Ring. We'll probably do Total War on my birthday. Yeah, probably Total War. Scarbrand, Bloodthirster, all the choices. Blasting Charges obviously will be coming in due time. All right, so we just got to get the dwarves to overextend, really. We have to probably try and win the side objective and get them to overextend a little bit. Okay, so we're going to get 2 of you guys looking good. And do we want to... I think I'm going to bring some cool characters here. Yeah. Diego, a good faction to start playing multiplayer. I highly recommend Norska, because Norska is really simplistic, very strong, and they're about to get updated as well. So I would say start with Norska, because who doesn't, badass Warhammer kind of, Viking aesthetic. It's super fun. All right. So Valkia is a go-to choice here because she's really good at disrupting missiles, but Skulltaker is also very good. He's an incredibly strong duelist and also buffs up your units, right? So that's pretty money. Okay, so where do we go next? Blood Beasts of Khorne. They're obviously going to be coming for my home objective, most likely because dwarves are not good at split playing. They usually want to stay in formation. So that is something to consider. Gorby's Chariot. Nah. Gorby's Chariots are all right. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of those. Okay. So that looks pretty good. Oh, that's a cool character, though. That's a really cool character. Affects enemies in range. And what does this ability do? Oh, it's like a bonus for its infantry. I'm just like reading all this income. Okay, enemies. Healing modifier. That's right. That's what that is. So I'm going to experiment. Today we're using like weird off-meta kind of tech, right? Which is going to be cool. Probably don't need that ability. And then in reserve... Do we just like accept our fate when it comes to the into the Thunderbarge? If it's a Thunderbarge, we could be in some trouble, I think. 100%. Thunderbarges are very, very... Thunderbolts and Lightning, very frightening. Watch it be all Slayers. That would be very funny. Yeah, I often wonder, like, do we kill the Thunderbarge? Do we ignore it? I wouldn't even mind if it was Slayers. Slayers are not that hard. Khorne actually deals with them pretty well, I think. Okay, and then we're going to want to get one of you guys. And this. Cut that. So do we have everything we need to fight these little sausages? I think we do. Let's got this bad boy. And we got 850 in our reserve army. Yeah, definitely want some of that. Got you. We're going to get this. We got 800 left. God, it's such an awkward amount of money to have here. Yeah, Furies I think are very necessary here. Although we probably only need like 2 of them. I think 3 is a little bit excessive. Although if he does have a big gyrocopter air force. Just thinking out loud. Hopefully you guys don't mind my ramblings. 850. How cheap can we get you to be? Yeah, I don't hate that idea. Who wins between the Brotherhood of Grimnir and the Bloodwake Berserkers? I think Bloodwake Berserkers win that fight. I think. I could be wrong, but that would be my my speculation. All right, so you're going to be what? 1100. That would be 1350 for you. 475. Do have 70 armor, which is actually very relevant, I think. This build just feels like it's a bunch of random shit like Frankenstein together, but I don't know, maybe it'll be good. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's roll the dice. You think I'm going to bring Valkia? Ooh, interesting. Maybe it's Valkia, maybe it's not. It's not Valkia, I didn't bring Valkia. Do Khorne Taurs not perform well into these matchups? So Khorne Minotaurs are pretty decent here, but I think I went for a Blood Beast to go... No, I actually did go for a dual weapon Minotaur. If the dwarves are like out of position on the flanks and they don't have all their missiles somewhere, you can do work. This map is very hard for shooting. It's more of a lane pushing. Like what dwarves should do is get an elite Death Star and just push objectives 1 and 2. We're going to see if they do that because I should be able to win the outside objective with my mobility, I think. No, we're not balling this game. We are balled. I'm trying off meta though. I did bring some really cool characters. I brought Scar Bloodwrath. Almost never gets used, by the way. I think cultists are probably just a little bit more cost-effective. But we did bring Scar Bloodwrath. So we're going to just get our home objective, and we're going to see what the dwarves do. We will read the field, and we will play. So we'll get you there as well. These guys are vulnerable against blasting charges. Forsaken, going to be rushing up towards that objective here. We have the Motorcycle Man. We have you. Scar Bloodwrath is going to be with the main army for now. So Scar is super cool. Check this shit out. Oh, so badass. So it has a healing ability, it also has a leadership and vigor debuff, and it has an item which, I think I brought it, that gives armor sundering to nearby units. So suddenly my Marauders are going to be having armor sundering against dwarves, which doesn't seem useless, you know? And then we got 2 doggies. The doggies are just there to run up and grab the points very quickly. So we're going to get the dogs and let them out, and hopefully the Baja boys will be proud of us. All right. No, you do bring Valkia against dwarves though, Jordan. It's not off meta because Valkia is... a counter to gyrocopters, and she's also very good at hunting down the weapons platforms. So if they have like Trollhammer torpedoes or something, she can go attack them and is really, really tough to get rid of. But I went with Skulltaker on his motorcycle. On this map, I think it's safe because cannons and very shooting of that nature are going to be very, very tricky here. All right, so we're going to get you guys up there. Get you Forsaken there and you there. We're going to get you guys parking. Let's get you guys control groups, move you up like so. Should have vanguarded you guys to get that point quicker. A little bit of a blunderooski on my part. But yeah, these dogs should rip apart these minor units pretty hard. So Forsaken are going to run over there. We're going to take Skulltaker up. And we're just going to hang on 2 objectives and make the dwarves advance to us, right? That's going to be the game plan. So what do we got here? We got Dwarf Warriors. So the fact that they're spread out is good for us, for sure. They're trying to push 2 fronts. I think that's going to be potentially their downfall. We do see a unit called in back here. It's going to be Slayers, which of course makes a lot of sense. And now we go there, and we go here. So we just feast, and Skulltaker's going to go over there too, and the Forsaken will help with the capture weight. Great, so we're going to get this point. We're just going to hang out here. It is going to be the Demon Slayer. And then when they eventually try and push up on us here, we just call in the big gun. So I'm going to get some Exalted Bloodletters in the woods, and we should be all good. So this is all free real estate over here, by the way. This is just free. All right, because, yeah, these units are going to get obliterated by my units. All right, so let's get you on this, and you here as well to shut down those blasting charges, and you park on that outside. So now the dwarves are most likely going to try and push up on our home objective, but by the time they get here, we're going to have, like, Wrathmongers and, like, other scary shit up on that point. You can see here they start to get folded a little bit, so let's get you guys in there, and we're just going to keep farming Slayers. Ooh, oh, those are Doomseekers. Okay, shit. Doomseekers are actually scary. Those are legit, no joke. All right, so here they come. Scar Bloodwrath is going to be there, and we have the Exalted Bloodletters coming. So they're going to do this, and yeah, let's get Scar over there to get the armor sundering. So we have, what? Oh, wow, yeah, big character squad. Big old character squad. So Doomseekers, we should be able to hurt them here, I'm thinking. And on the back point, yeah, with the Forsaken and with my big boy there, I think we'll be okay. I should have been harassing a little bit as well there, so it feels bad, but I did not. And let's get you here. Let's get you on the outside, get you back, and you guys pull back a little bit, pull back a little bit, pull back. And Skulltaker in the meantime. Oh, those Doomseekers are getting wrecked. Oh, that's so cost effective. Okay, so if we can keep trading over here and just winning all these little micro fights, that's going to be huge. All right. In the meantime, we just need to make the dwarves' life a little bit more miserable. So let's go here. We now have the big boys coming out of the bushes. So let's collapse on the side here, do this. And we could afford to yield this objective for a second if we want to. I'm happy to just sacrifice a crap house unit in there. That's okay. So you guys do this. You guys get around the outside, take that down. And over here, we just continue farming. It's looking pretty good there, but I think we might need a little bit more milk. So we're going to call out a Bloodletter to come over and see if they can help out. Forsaken, let's get the Forsaken onto the Slayers there. And Skulltaker is going to do his thing. All right, so Scar Bloodwrath is going to get on the Dwarf Warriors. We're going to get you on these. We just want to tar pit those characters, and the Exalted Bloodletters are going to rip some shit up now. They are going to do some work. So these are long-drawn Slayer Pirates. You want to attack them with Furies. They're very weak to that. So Slayers are doing a little bit of anti-large, and we are in some danger of losing this objective. We got to be a little bit more cagey here and make sure we're all right. And the Dwarves are going for a full court press, but let's park you guys there. Scar Bloodwrath is being hunted by the character, see? So we just micro that character away. Park you guys up on the point, make sure we have the capture weight, and then we are all good in the neighborhood. So Scar is able to get away. Let's just keep Scar right there for the armor sundering and see if we can get on Felix. All right, so Furies are coming. We are winning these fights versus all these Slayers, which is really, really good. And we might need to reinforce our home point soon. We're holding on here. Yeah, those Doomseekers did get the business pretty good. So Scar, we're going to go ahead and activate this, which is going to debuff everybody in that blob. We need to get Scar away from that, because that is all bad news bears. That is a hell of a lot of dwarf characters. Thankfully, Scar is very quick. All right, so Furies have gotten onto that. We're going to go ahead and get another Fury to come up, although Bloodletter should be able to get there soon. And we do clean up these guys, so let's keep moving. And Scar Bloodwrath, where's Scar? Scar is able to get away, but this objective is in serious danger. The Exalted, Doomseekers, well played, well played. I am up in value pretty heavily, but dwarves are still dwarves, you know, they're a menace. All right, so let's get some freaking Minotaurs in there. Over here, it's looking pretty good. We are chasing back a lot of these units, and the Forsaken can get back up on the point. Let's get the Bloodletters there, and you guys right here. You guys keep farming the Long Dong Slayer Pirates, and we do manage to maintain capture weight here. Damn, Doomseekers putting in work there. And where's Scar Bloodwrath? So Scar's over here, needs to go get on those Dwarf Warriors. We've actually gotten some decent HP damage on these guys. Yeah, what do we have coming in next? Minotaurs should be pretty good against the Doomseekers. That's the idea. And Scar needs to just keep kiting these guys. Let's get chaff units on top of them, run you this way, and get you back into this. Okay. So back over to this fight. It's looking okay over here. We are feasting on a lot of their reinforcements. Let's get back here. And you guys in the meantime, just keep farming them, basically. And eventually I think we're going to win this home objective fight. But those three heroes are tough. Scar Bloodwrath going to go after the Doomseekers, and we are going to get the Minotaurs, which are then going to be armor sundering. What are those? Grimdelvers? That's not good. All right, so we need to get some Furies up around the side and go dive these with Horsemen. So they're almost in range. We need to pull the Minotaurs back a little bit. Just pull them back ever so slightly. Retreat you guys. We are farming over here, so everything is looking good, and we do stabilize that point. The Bloodletter should be very, very strong. So we retreat you guys back. Let's get Scar and Garagrim, get the Minotaurs to fight here. Furies need to come around the outside and charge you guys, and once we shut that shit down, we should be okay. So I think saving for Wrathmongers is going to be the play. So we're ahead on points, and we are maintaining our objective cap on the side here, which is good. I think we can just say screw you to this side, and we're going to go steal my opponent's home point now. That's going to be the play. All right, so Furies have gotten on top of the Grimdelvers here, so now we charge them with our cavalry and just shut that shit down. All right, so, ooh, look at the Minotaurs putting in work. They're whooping these characters because they're armor sundering. Yeah, oh, we have the armor sundering. All right, that's so cool. And we still actually have the point somehow. So Grimdelvers got shut down, basically got no value, so that's huge for us. And here we're looking pretty good. And now we're going to go steal our opponent's home point. Skulltaker's going to come across. Minotaurs are doing great. They're going to die, but they're going to do well, that's for sure. Okay, Scar needs to get away. We're going to save up for the Wrathmongers, hopefully be able to steal my opponent's point. We'll take all our horsemen into mobility and do some work there. But you can see dwarves are one of those factions that even when you have like a huge value lead against them, they still just kind of like, they're like, I didn't hear no bell. It's very, very apt. All right, so let's go here. Furies are going to jump on top of the Miners with blasting charges. Let's do this. Minotaurs, they went out on their shields. They did some good damage. Then we call Wrathmongers to get our objective back, I think is going to be the play. All right, so yeah, let's get the Furies on you. And we do have the Sword of Corn, so I need to find an opportunity for that. Let's get you on here. You on here. Hound units need to get over there as well. And the dwarves don't really have any like super bunched up positions right now. Soon we're going to have 1750, so that's going to be the Wrathmongers coming, and we should be able to get the home objective back. Skulltaker's over there, And yeah, that objective's going to start going to us. All right, so bloodletters are looking fine. Okay, might need to reinforce that side. We'll see, but we do overwhelm the much slower dwarven position. Those are going to be Doomseekers. Where do we have Sword of Corn opportunities? I mean, this is what? Dwarf Warriors and Doomseekers. We could try it here. Yeah, it was probably not going to be a good one, to be honest, because they're going to move before... Yeah, that sucks. Oh, well. We tried. So let's get that at home objective. It does a little bit of damage. It wasn't useless, but it wasn't great by any stretch. All right, so on this side, what do we got cooking? A lot of dwarves actually coming over here, so we probably want to reinforce with some Fleshhounds. Make sure we don't lose the objective there. And we do steal this one, which is great. And then we got the Wrathmongers coming in. Scar Bloodwrath is going to be there too. So we're going to take those guys to Poundland, and Furies can be used to go after... Those are Doomseekers. So, all right. So Bloodletters on the other side. You guys going to be able to hold? I think they need some speedy reinforcements. Forsaken against these guys. I think Fleshhounds get there a little bit quicker and get more done, which is going to be good. We are up on points, and now we're in the process of threatening a triple cap. Horsemen just going to kind of keep running about. And now we have Scar plus the Bloodwake Berserkers, which are going to be really nasty. 2 Furies can just kind of camp out. What do we have? We have Slayers, so we're going to park them in the trees to see what they can do. So that position does get cleaned up. We're going to get the doggies on this point and get a Marauder heading over there as well to really make sure we don't lose it. All right, so Furies can go over there and help out. I think they're going to be more useful there. Horsemen and dogs hanging out here, and Motorcycle Man is going to do his thing while we clean up the last of the units on this objectives. For sure. What's it going to be? All right, so the dogs do arrive. We're going to get them around the back of the formation. So just park them here, and then we can use the Sword of Corn if we want to. Although I think I'm going to save that for the Hero Core. All right, so we charge into the back of them. And where are my Wrathmongers at? So they're coming. We want to get on top of these guys. We have them triple capped at the moment. These are Slayers. Okay. So probably just yield this objective, because we only need 2 to win. You don't need to be too greedy. But we can probably push up and just take it with all our characters. I think that's going to be pretty nasty. So those are Dwarf Warriors. We do fold that position up pretty freaking hard. These guys are going to be more useful over here. I thought we would need them here, but it's not the case. All right, so those guys just go there now. And the Wrathmongers are just going to keep pushing. While we now, do we call an Exalted? I think Forsaken are better, because the freaking Doomseekers wrecked our demons really hard. I was like, how did they die? Man. So can we win this fight with the Wrathmongers? I think we can with the Furies coming over. Those are miners with blasting charges, so they really don't like fighting Furies because their stats are terrible. So we're just going to prepare a push right now. Really cool seeing Scar Bloodwrath be like actually kind of useful and good, right? That was fun. All right, so we do have another Sword of Corn. I would like to get that blasting charge down. Let's get the Minotaurs in there. Yeah, I think we just can win this because with Scar Bloodwrath, like we're going to have such a nasty, nasty pocket of units. Couple Horsemen, get their throwing weapons right there on you. Furies need to come after the Slayers. Let's get you in there and you in there as well, and the doggies can just kind of lurk in the back. All right, so Motorcycle Man's going to get in there. Scar's going to be in the party as well. A little bit of charging right there is good for the soul. And what do we got going over here? All right, looking good. Blasting charges are getting it. I'm actually going to just Sword of Corn those guys to get them off the table because blasting charges are scary. Slayers are getting it pretty good. Let's retreat you back and back. And I think the Wrathmongers are just going to win the day. So we're going to do Inevitable Horror, which is going to lower all their stats, and Skulltaker and Scar can go after the Lord, probably. I think it's going to be easier to just kill him than it is going to be to Felix. All right, so up you go, and how are we looking here? Looking pretty good. Let's get on those blasting charges. These dogs probably going to want to detach and get on the same thing. Man, oh man. Oh my god, that Dwarf Lord's getting whooped on. Damn, dude. He's getting the dirty. Wrathmongers, of course, being very menacing. And the Dwarf Lord, as soon as his little buff wears off, we'll be able to kill him. He currently has Glorious Death on, so he's invulnerable for another, 10 seconds? God damn, that's a long time. All right, Minotaurs, unsummon. Charge you guys in. Forsaken, attack there. Hound's going to attack there as well. Let's get these 2 characters. Finish off this sausage. He's at 41 HP, so should be killed here pretty quick. Motorcycle Man got him. Nice. So now we just get Felix and call it a day. Yeah, the armor sundering on the from Scar Bloodwrath is really fun. So those are Doomseekers. A bit of a counter to my units here. Let's call in these guys and these guys as well. So double Marauder just to target them. Should be good. And we're going to get their home objective now. So Felix is dead, and all the Dwarven heroes are basically gone. And we have Wrathmongers who actually took a lot of damage. Something did some damage against those Bloodwake Berserkers. All right, that's kind of cool. So that's GG. We're up 12,000 against 9. My opponent certainly brought it back pretty well. Let's get another Horseman over here to do their thing. And we did forget to get another infantry unit coming up, so they're going to move. And we are just going to force path onto the objective here in a moment. Let's do this with all these guys. Get over there. Claim the point for the Blood God. Run you off the objective. Get a full surround here. And then we're going to give them the biz. All right, my opponent's probably going to tap out soon. That's pretty much seals the deal. It's, you know, if the Dwarven Heroes had pulled out a miracle, maybe, but they picked a map which was actually favored for me. This map is a little bit tricky for the Dwarves, I think. You can win it, but I think what he needed to do was do a lane pushing strategy. Just go objective 1 and objective 2 with a Death Star. And then I'm just going to be like, oh shit, I have to deal with like a Doomseeker, Ironbreaker, Death Star? No, thank you, right? That shit sucks. All right, so let's get you guys in there, do a little bit of a surround. Marauders are going to come up there as well. And we do manage to get the home objective. Did we get it? We did. So let's get you guys up on the point. And you guys up there. And that is going to be it. That is going to be G to the G, well to the played. Let's do the little Horn of Corn here to get the big buff. Should help to defeat those guys. Park you guys on the outside. But yeah, Scar, not bad. How much value? 1,400 this game, not terrible. The Armor Sundering Aura is kind of cute. Horseman, we can get you back, and the other Horseman, we can get you back and just unsummon you guys. I'm just glad I didn't have to fight any freaking gyrocopters. That was something I was not excited for. Was the dreaded gyrocopters. All right, forward, forward, and you're going to get blasting charge, so we want to pull you back and let the Wrathmongers go fight this. So retreat, retreat, retreat. Exalted Bloodletters can come out now and clean up. I do eat the blasting charge in the face, so it feels bad. Dude, this character is so strong, though. Skulltaker is nuts. He's so tanky and so resilient. Yeah, seems hard to beat, for sure. Those guys get worn down. Throwing Axe is getting a couple kills in there. We do have the demons coming in, and they got about 1,200 value in their first life, which they actually paid for themselves, which is kind of cool. All right, a lot of dwarves coming in, but they're completely unsupported. Wrathmonger is basically just going to kill everything here with Scar Blood Wrath. Also providing armor sundering. So the dwarves are down to 55 armor on a dwarf warrior, man. I mean, that really makes Forsaken a lot better. That's cool. All right, GG, well played. Blood for the Blood God, GG, well played. So let's see what works for us. I think in retrospect, the build was based on the map, and Skulltaker was really hard to kill without cannons and direct fire shooting. Scar Bloodwrath did pretty good. Forsaken were really solid. With the armor sundering of Scar, I think Forsaken go up a little bit of a bump in quality in this matchup. And yeah, Minotaurs also did quite good, getting 1,500 value and paying for themselves. For my opponent's army, the Hero Core underperformed a little bit, but not that much. Doomseekers were Giga Chads, 1,800 and 1,500. It's always makes sense. Doomseekers have always been super good against those guys. Yeah, GG, well played. Sorry, guys, I see a couple subscriptions. Thank you, Wiz, for subscribing on Twitch, and Zeltarius for resubscribing. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting the channel, and hopefully you're enjoying what you're seeing. All right, so that's round 2 in the tournament. So far, we're undefeated. That is 2 games. We have to continue our gatekeeping ways. Was the game close? I think it was not super close, but there was never a point where I felt like it could swing the dwarves' way, unless maybe I had like blundered one of my big heroes or something. Yeah. But it wasn't like uber one-sided. They still really made us work for it. Yeah, the gyros, I was expecting some gyros. That's what I was nervous about. Ricochet is a very good player, the player I just played. He's very solid. Khorne versus dwarves. Okay, there we go. And looking at the brackets right now. All right, guys, flashbang warning. It's coming. Don't say I didn't warn you. We're going to look at the website. All right, so Gondola defeats B6. I win my game. Snickerdoodle defeats Alexander Nuts. Blood Penguin and Taurus Center playing. Space Pope and Blake. And Nerd and Scrambled Egg are playing on the bottom side. So we still have a couple games. Dominion 6? Yeah, I'm not sure how much it calls to me. Dominion 6 looks like it would be a big investment. Is it actually fun to watch, too? Did you see Anticity playing only Queek? That's pretty fun, yeah. That's fun. Queek is okay in a couple of matchups. He's not like the worst character in the world. He's honestly way better than like Kazrak, you know. He's got some teeth. Now I need my tiebreakers to start getting some wins. Hey T-Rex, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I don't know if you've been here a while. All right. So that is 2 rounds out of 5. I've thought about Broken Arrow. It is something. The next one I'm going to be playing is Tempest Rising, most likely. Is Anticity the GOAT of Warhammer 3? So if we're talking the entire lifespan of Warhammer 3, not yet. But he is on the trajectory of doing that. Because he has won 2 majors. I believe Houseplant has won 4 or 5 major events. We can go to the Hall of Fame and check. But I think if Anticity keeps playing like he does and keeps putting in the effort, he could be the GOAT of Warhammer 3. And he's rapidly approaching that like all-time spot. Currently Anticity is the best player in the world in Total War, in my opinion. He is just taking everybody down. But if we're talking all-time Warhammer 3, let's go look at the Hall of Fame, right? So let's do this. So yeah, so we're gonna look. So Houseplant won one major championship, 2 major CA events. He won season 1, season 3, season 4. So Houseplant probably still has the most dominant Warhammer 3 performance so far. Right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 major event wins, right? That's 5. Anticity has 2 major event wins. Tied with Solasora, who I believe has 3. No, Solasora has 3, but he kind of retired from the game. But I think Anticity is capable of becoming the Warhammer 3. He is the best player in the world right now. But if we're talking all-time Warhammer 3, Houseplant probably has he's won the most competitive events. He's won 5 majors. Pretty nuts. But yeah, Ent has the potential to surpass that. If he keeps playing like he's playing and keeps putting in the work, easy money for him. He's really, really good. Very clinical. And his playstyle is wild too, man. He's got like very unorthodox builds and very unique to him, which is cool to see. It's great that the game has that level of skill expression, you know, where people can have different playstyles and they're not stuck in like a cookie cutter meta, like Warcraft 3, for example. Like Warcraft 3, the meta is relatively stagnant, you know, like you can deviate a little bit, but like, yeah, really it's like, okay, is it going to be Crypt Lord or is it going to be Death Knight Lich? You know, for the most part, it's very, very stagnant. What would you say contributed most to getting good at battles in Warhammer? Just repetitions, really. Yeah, just putting in the time. Aerocrastic and Falcon. Yeah, Falcon was definitely a beast. Who had the most major event wins in Warhammer 2? So if we go back to Warhammer 2's Hall of Fame, Falcon had 1, 2, 3 major event wins. 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I think that Falcon might be the GOAT of Warhammer 2. He won the most big events. Anticity had a couple of major event wins in Warhammer 2. He had 2. But yeah, I think Falcon won the most. Yeah, Falcon is probably the GOAT of Warhammer 2. Soothsayer had a couple major event wins. He was able to win. He didn't win any of the ECLs, which were the most competitive event in Warhammer 2, for sure. Like the Eternal Challenger League, which we ran, was hands down the most competitive event, most likely, aside from the World Championship thing. Hey, Phil, what's going on? Yeah, it's a very fun game. So Soothsayer won 2 Everchosens and won 1 Faction War. So he won 3 majors. Falcon winning 6 is probably putting the nail in the coffin for the GOAT of Warhammer 2. Yeah. Hadri's had a couple major event wins. He did win a couple Faction Wars. He won 2 of those, which is very nice. But Falcon winning 6 majors is pretty savage, right? Yeah. So Falcon is probably the Warhammer 2 GOAT. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, and Indie Pride appears, the Warhammer 2 days. They were fun times. Phil, thank you for the raid, man. Really appreciate it, my dude. All right, let's head over. Falcon just, I think, was kind of burnt out with the game in general when he got to Game 3. He was already kind of taking a break from competitive play, and yeah, I think he still lurks around playing other games. I've seen him on my Steam friends list playing. Yeah, some really good Warhammer 1 and 2 players play, but it's very rare that people stay and play that long. You know what I'm saying? That's a long time. All right, so we're in round 3. And where are we? So there we go. Let's go ahead and advance this. Perfect. So we got Gondola the Patient. They beat me last time we played, I think. Perfect, perfect. And let's get this. Let's get that. What's your... Okay. I'll drop you. Okay. So round 3 is live. Goblins, round 3 is live. I got to drop somebody from the event, so it's going to be Adam. think is over here. So we're going to unfortunately be giving a buy round to the homie here. Curious what the best loadout for Skulltaker and Valky is? Sure, I'll show you in a minute. It really depends on the matchup. It really depends. Reginald Puckington is still around. Yeah, he appears every now and then. He's very good. The biggest thing holding back Reginald is he just doesn't play a lot. If he played as much as the other players, he would be a contender for season finals. He's very, very good. He's just like a natural gamer there. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We got the lobby coming up, and we are in round 3 now. So let's go there and find our opponent. So it is going to be Gondola. Okay. Corn for me. So opponent's on the way. And what do we got here? We have round 3 maps, Celestial Lake, Brave Valley, or Bordello Landing. All are viable. All are good maps. Okay, and then who's going to be banning first there? At least you got practice. Is there supposed to be rematches? It can happen sometimes. Yeah, if you guys have really close scores, just play it again. Yeah, you'd be all right. If it's 2 rematches back-to-back, I would usually change it. But if it's like been around in between. Knights of the Brazen Throne. Rome 2 multiplayer mode was pretty bad for a pretty long time. Oh, yeah, you would know, Milk and Cookies. I didn't do YouTube until Warhammer, so those were olden days. After watching Anticity playing Queek and Vermintide, I want to play Skaven. Skaven are really hard to play, but like if you're a high-level player, you can make them work. I don't know what my opponent's playing right now. So, faction. Gotta see what they're up to. Vampire counts. Oh, shit. Okay, so he's on counts. So he's going to ban the Brave Valley, and then we have Celestial Lake or Bordello Landing. We'll play Bordello. Celestial Lake, yeah. We'll play Bordello Landing. Yeah, I like this map. All right. So Vampire counts versus Khorne is an interesting one. Wrathmongers are really your best friend. They're very, very menacing. Used to be a high elf player back in the day. Well, come join us. Multiplayer is always looking for fresh skulls for the Skull Throne. All right, so we're playing Vampire counts. I don't know this matchup. I'm kind of learning Khorne today. I dabble with Khorne. I'm decent at them. The map is going to be Bordello Landing. All right. French things. Do I smell a cheeky Slaughter Guard pick coming? Do not tempt me with this evil. Do not tempt me with a good time. All right, Slaughter Guard is pretty cool. Oh, all right. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is the play right here, baby. This is the play. Okay. Okay. Sure, why not? Whatever. I'm going a little bit off meta here. My opponent is going to be a little bit, surprised by what I'm bringing, I think. But it is going to be awesome and a half. All right. 1,600 money left. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it. Hope you guys are hyped, man. It's going to be freaking awesome. I'm very excited for this. All right. So, what do we want to get? Do we want to do the Shrine of Khorne and just be heavy metal? You guys have to guess, man. Was that Men's Warehouse? It was. I'm glad somebody caught that. You're gonna like the way you look, I guarantee it. So probably dual weapon marauders are gonna be better than basic ones. I think we want to get a Wrathmonger and a half. You're hyped for the Slaughter Brute? Is it Bruton time? What about like big cab in this matchup? Like Skull Crushers or Knights of the Brazen Throne or any of those guys? They probably are just not very good. You're just gonna get char pitted in like skeletons and shit. Claudia says, I'm new to the competitive scene. Is there any limitations on legendary lords that can be picked? Absolutely not. You treat yourself. You live your best life. You get in there and you feast. You pick the coolest, most badass lord you can think of, and you do it. Do it. All right, so we're going to get some of these guys. That looks pretty good. And aside from this, I think we cut you. 1 and 1. Do we really need Furies for any reason? I guess they're all right at clearing out chaff units. Yeah, it's pretty good. Minotaurs of Khorne with great weapons are going to be, I think, effective here as well. Having a little bit of an anti-large beat stick is not bad. So, unfortunately, we can't quite afford that. So, let's get you, and we're going to get a doggy here. All right. We're getting real hog wild. Khorne's Bloody Fist. Oh, dude, that's metal. Don't worry, you guys are going to like the build. I think it's pretty fun. It's got some fat schemes. It's got some fat schemes. It's, I don't know. Is it meta? We'll find out. We will find out. Okay, so what about Skull Reapers in this matchup? Do Skull Reapers have anything? Although they get wrecked by Graveguard probably, so not something you want to be dealing with, I would imagine. Yeah, well, the tournament's been going on, Sensitive. We are currently in round 3 of the tournament. I am currently building my army right now, and as soon as that's done, we're gonna go fisticuffs and fight. So that is the plan, man. All right. Dual weapon warriors. Forsaken do feel pretty good here as well. Do you want to mix in Forsaken instead of these guys? Forsaken and Forsaken. It's pretty rad that Khorne Forsaken do fire damage. That's actually really relevant in this matchup. Why have you forsaken me? In your eyes for... These are best of 1, but it's Swiss. So even if you lose, you're not eliminated. Basically, it's 4 rounds of competition. And after 4 rounds, whoever has the best records and the best tiebreakers advances on to the semifinals and grand finals. So it's a 5-round... No, it's 5 rounds. Sorry. I bumped it up to 5 rounds. So we got 5 rounds of Swiss competition here today, which is going to be great. Yeah, man. Life's good. So here we go. This is an experimental build. It could get wrecked really bad. I could be put in the trash can, but it is going to be Marlin Scarbrando. Slaughter skulls! Evil demon sounds! Alright, so we're going to get you guys running up to the middle to grab that shit. We're going to get the Arwar Skull Cannon, Scarbrand, and the Forsaken are going to be in Group 5. Alright. Khorne's Chosen Warriors. We got the Forsaken too. They're going to be ripping up some chaff units. So we're playing like a mobile Khorne build. We're going to be playing a, not kiting, well, yeah, okay, it's kind of a kiting build. We got a lot of range units. We're going to be playing the objectives and just trying to be a gremlin, because he's going to have a Death Star, right? I would imagine. With 16 models, yeah. Dude, you guys like Scarbrand. I brought the Breath Attack. I brought all the cool shit. Okay, let's do this. So let's get you guys up there. Skull Cannon, everyone's going to be moving up to the middle here. There we go. Oops, wrong way. And Skull Cannon in time. All right, so yeah, see, the most, like, this is the most archetypal Vampire Count army you could ask for, really. Gaze of Nagash is going to hurt against Scarbrand. Granted, he does have fat spell resist, which is nice. And you guys are going to get that back objective too, so hopefully we can triple cap our opponent out of the gates. And we're going to get a Khorne Gore to come up and grab this objective and hold it, so he can't steal it with some, like, Crypt Ghouls or some shit. And now you guys can start heading to the middle. All right. Skulls for the Skull Throne. It's going to be Dire Pack. All right, so Dire Pack is there. We can take Scarbrand over. I mean, I could probably beat the Dire Pack in combat, but hopefully I just get that objective. That's going to be the idea. And I did capture this one, right? Okay, I did. And yep, you're going to get this. We're going to try and dodge here. Oh, Matrix that shit. Oh, that hurts. That's really bad, actually. Okay, I regret bringing that cannon now, by the way. I regret everything. All right, let's take a pot shot at you. Let's get back. Is this thing going to lose me the game? Find out today. Hey, at least it did some damage there. We were able to get a nice little shot. Gaze of Nagash. Look, in a way, that's not bad, because it means the Gaze of Nagash isn't going to be on the the big boy, you know. So that's something, which is nice. We're going to pull back, and if he overextends too deeply, we can get the... Oh, did we dodge that? Oh, man. That's actually a really bad start for us, guys. That is a very, very bad start. All right, so you guys keep fighting there, and the Skull Cannon's going to go hide a little bit. We're going to pull you back and keep these Forsaken parked nearby. And we're just going to hide behind this pillar for now. All right, so how are we looking on the outside? My opponent just chilling. We have the throwing weapon, so we're going to do this. And if they do charge, I got Furies nearby to help out. So Scarbrand's going to hide behind the pillar. We do have the triple cap on him right now, which is great. And the longer this goes, the better, you know. That is for sure. So throwing weapons, yeah, we're getting good value there. But eventually we are going to move off. This is really good value, though, man. We're feasting pretty well. All right, so the Skull Cannon is going to take some shots here. We're going to shoot at these guys. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And then we're just going to get behind the pillar again. And just maintain our capture weight for as long as humanly possible while keeping you back here. Scarbrand is there. And oh, shit. Oh, shit. I blundered. I blundered hard. I just threw. That's a throw. All right. Scarbrand keeps going. Hopefully those guys get away. Thankfully, they are anti-infantry, so I can probably actually just turn and fight and crumble them down and maybe be in okay shape. So in the meantime, let's pull back, get you parked here, and we're going to get the cannon to just kind of chill out behind the pillar. Save your ammo. And look, Dire Pack for one of my units is not the worst trade in the entire world. It really isn't. So let's get a Forsaken unit running over this way. You guys keep doing your thing. Scarbrand can farm some skulls, because I did bring the skull farming ability. So let's go over this way, and we're going to do a little breath attack down the pipe on you guys. Forsaken fighting on the wings. Forsaken out there as well. And we do manage to kill that unit, which is nice. So there is at least that, right? All right, so shots are going down. Scarbrand getting a nice little breath attack there. We're going to farm you guys and get the throwing weapons right there. Get you guys going after the Crypt Ghouls out there. And we could actually probably attack into the Crypt Ghouls. Let's call some dogs down here. Yeah, okay. Skull Cannon is healing, which is great. And we have these horsemen able to get a big volley fire going. We're going to keep retreating and get the Skull Cannon back in a way. Scab's Graith doing a little bit of work, but really we probably kill those Crypt Ghouls on the outside and threaten that point. Scarbrand's going to keep juking. Forsaken are doing good work. Let's just make sure they don't overextend anywhere. And Marlon Scarbrando's going to go fight against these guys, pull you out there. And hopefully we can just clean this up. Yeah, we'll see. All right, so the cannon is back up in the sky. We're going to shoot you point blank. Get the Forsaken in there to rip some shit up. And, yeah, it's not going badly. But Scarbrand is in danger of being a little bit surrounded here, which feels bad. And the ghouls are dying, but it's taking much longer than I would like. So we're going to maneuver over to the back objective. And hopefully Scarbrand just can get back there without getting caught, right? That is going to be the play. All right, so we're chilling out here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call in some heavy hitters. We're going to get the Wrathmongers coming. And they're going to come and have some fun on this point. So on the outside, we're looking pretty good. Those ghouls are going to get folded up. Forsaken are taking some damage, but, you know, they can just run and hopefully escape here. Skull Cannon in some danger, but let's take pot shots at the Cryptors while we can. Forsaken need to run to the back objective here, and that point's going to go for us for sure. All right. So we're just going to, like, Benny Hill the Vampire Council a little bit. I think that's how we do it. With Wrathmongers coming up, I'm hoping to cause some havoc. And, yeah, we're just getting those nice shots. Get you out there, get you guys coming in, keep those Forsaken running away. And great. So we're here and we're here. So if he comes down, I think we can just feast on this army, really. Yeah, as a matter of fact, look at that. We have some freebies there. So that's going to be incredibly nice. We're going to get the Furies over there. And these Furies, I can try and lure down the big man, but we'll see. All right, so the Korngor Halberds going to get into you guys. And we're going to go and get the dual weapons, move them up to the middle. Skull Cannon's going to keep shooting here. And we need to just gremlin this objective, like I said, for as long as possible. So Scarbrand is threatening the Rampage. That's the idea, and we are getting those guys down. Scarbrand's going to pull back here. Forsaken can move up in the middle. And, yeah, the Korngors will be able to fight effectively here. Forsaken, maybe. Probably going to need to reinforce the back objective a little bit, so let's get you guys and you guys to throw. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the Rage Embodied. We're going to Rampage Homie down to the ground now, and we're going to get him, hopefully. All right, so he's landing on the ground, and now we can fight him. So here and here, and we're going to do the Horn of Corn, maybe. Do we want to? That is a lot of damage, but I don't want to rampage my own boy, because I need to stay focused here. He's tanking it pretty well. He did summon some ghouls on me before he got rampaged, though. That's a little bit frightening. All right, so the Skull Cannon and Wrathmongers have arrived to the middle. And on the backside, is this going well? It's hard to tell. I think Scarbrand is showing that Lord who's boss, but we are in a bit of a precarious one here. So we need to get back, and get you back as well. And then we can start playing the middle. Although reinforcing our back point here is going to be uber important. So let's do this. Get you guys over there. Get the cannon over there too. Retreat and retreat, retreat, retreat. I think we just run away from this point now, and then we start playing the middle is going to be how we do this. Because the Wrathmongers are now in the middle, and they're going to be giving a lot of problems to these guys. Back point is in a little bit of danger, so let's get some Furies to go after those skeletons. Scarbrand's being chased, but I think we could just kite back into the woods here and be okay. Yeah, 1, 2, and 4. That point still belongs to us. We're very high up on points. The ping pong is going all right, but with the healing faction, you never want to be in this position. That's for damn sure. But oh god, that's going to be an erect one. Okay, that's awesome. So let's maneuver you guys back this way. Sword of Corn. Oh god, that was so good. So good and tasty. All right, one can only be so hard. All right, so Marlon Scarbrando's in good shape. He's going to roll this way. And yeah, no, I showed you the Sword of Corn. You guys got it. I didn't blue ball you. You know, you got to see everything there. So good value trading. I feel like it's like I'm actually doing good on value, but it's not necessarily like reflecting that, which is weird. We're going to pull you back to the middle. Wrathmongers are putting in work. Let's get you guys right there and pull the Motorcycle of Doom over here. All right. And yeah, the Horsemen still have ample ammunition. Let's get you guys here. We're going to get you guys and actually put you in a group together. Yeah, it's going to be easier to micro that way. All right. So Scarbrand's coming to the middle here. Let's get you guys over there. Marlon Scarbrando's going to go get a breath attack, and we just need to fight for the Wrathmongers, basically. That's going to be the idea. All right, so Cryptors are going to get it. Let's retreat you back. I think our back objective is safe. I think. It looks a little sketchy back there, but we do have a healthy Korngor nearby, so I think we're all right. So Dire Pack has emerged, and we need to start split pushing that back objective again, so we're going to get some Korngors running over there in a minute. They're going to head over to that point, because we're going to have to rotate eventually, right?
So Scarbrand's going to keep trundling. We have the dual weapon Marauders. Wrathmongers are doing work. Back here, it looks like we're stable-ish. Yeah, if I can pick his Lord, that's going to be quite nice too. And he does do a breath attack on me, which is nice, but nothing too crazy. All right, so the Motorcycle of Doom is zapping away. Wrathmongers are being one of the most annoying units in the game, as they usually are. And I'm going to need to get this into a Helm's Deep situation, guys. We're going to need a Helm's Deep in time. All right, so let's go fight with the Wrathmongers here. Skull Cannon is good. Let's get this thing all the way to the back of the map so he just like wastes his time with it. And Scarbrand is going to go in. We're going to try and rampage you in a minute. Can we get him? I think we can. Perfect. So he's going to get rampaged. And then we're going to go in here, attack him, and pop the Wrathful Reaper. So that's going to give him like 5 million weapon strength. And I'm hoping that he'll actually hit the right target. So can you hit? Can you hit? Come on, Scarbrand. Come on. There he goes. All right, he got staggered. He hits. Okay, he does make contact there, which is great. Back objective's looking secure, and the cannon is alive. Furies can come here. And we do see the Vampire Lord taking a bit of a whooping right now, which is good. So we're going to get Furies or dogs to go to the back objective there. Just keep maneuvering, and we do get him kind of low. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, it's something. Furies against these guys should be pretty good. Wrathmongers are still mongering wrath on the middle. That's what they do. Scarbrand goes after the corpse cart here, which is going to be fine. You guys do this. And you guys just hang out on the back objective while the cannon shoots as well. All right, so he's actually coming back here after my cannon, which is fine. It's used most of its tools. A Crypt Ghoul summon. Oh, that's cool. I don't hate that idea. But we are going to get his back objective, most likely. We're going to get a Fury back there with some of the boys. And we can maneuver all the horsemen over now. And then Scarbrand, ooh, he just killed the hell out of that corpse cart. Look at that. Attaboy, Scarbrand. Nice stuff. All right, let's head back here. We're going to go ninja their objective again. We do have some Crypt Ghouls back here, but the dogs and company should be able to get it. And this cannon is going to go probably just Helm's Deep on the back point. So I just need to go all in on holding their back objective long enough to win the game, basically. Dual Weapon Marauder. Okay. So we do start to capture this. Ghouls are being called out, but Scarbrand's going to be able to give him the business, most likely. My opponent is coming for the back point here. Okay. I probably should have brought Scarbrand over here. Might have been the stronger play. Let's get behind these guys. Horsemen are going to come in, and they are being harried and hunted. So let's get a dual weapon Marauder coming down here. And I do have another Sword of Khorne. So let's get you guys here. Rear charge into the ghouls. And Scarbrand is going to just farm and farm. So we're going to get him in here, and get some Forsaken coming up here as well. All right. So we do steal the back objective again. I have a Sword of Khorne, so I need to get this. The enemy does have a lot of stuff coming in, but I basically just need to hold this until I can win on one point. And then we're cooking, you know, and then we're cooking. All right, so you guys are all coming in. Fury's able to get that job done there, and we can get you guys on the Dire Pack next. So Fury's going to bounce out there, and the dogs and the Khorne Gores able to crumble these ghouls. All right, so the horsemen are going to be sacrificed for sure. Pretty sure we can just farm skulls over here all freaking day. Scarbrand is going to be a little bit low. Let's call the motorcycle over. And, yeah, shit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this, guys. This is looking a little bit dodgy. I think I still have the Wrathmongers fighting, the Bloodwake Berserkers. And maybe we can counter push on the middle. I think we're going to have to. Because it looks like he's just able to overwhelm me here. He's got too much shit. He's got way too much stuff. All right, and the ghouls, they're not even, like, bunched up right now, right? So let's get our horsemen. Let's go back to the middle. And go back to the middle. And you guys just kind of keep butchering there. And, yeah, we'll do what we can, because that was not long enough. That was not long enough. So how are the Khorne Gores back here doing? Yeah, they are going to be unbreakable for a second. I don't have any good Sword of Khorne opportunities. He's not super bunched up, so now we can go back this way. And we're going to get the company moving here, move here. And we do have two dual weapon boys. It is some capture weight, I guess. We can keep the horsemen in the trees, although I think we're going to need them here. We're going to put them on fire at will, because I've been a little bit lax with that. But Scarbrand's coming. Sword of Khorne is not bad here, actually. I think I just want to get it on cooldown. So we're going to kind of pop it like it's hot. And the back objective is going to my opponent. All right. That was a good Sword of Khorne. That was nice. Yeah, I got both those guys. Wrathmongers are going to come in. Get some Forsaken moving as well. And we're going to get Gaze of Nagash here, which is unfortunate. But at least he's not killing my other piece here. Because I still have 5,000 HP. Down to 41. Could be worse. All right, so Motorcycle goes there. Forsaken go there as well. Wrathmongers get in, start causing havoc. You guys attack. Scarbrand is there, and he does have some tools in the back point. So we're going to have to get real cagey here, guys. Real cagey. Throwing weapons. Scarbrand needs to go get Rage Embodied on you if we can. If we can kill the Vampire Lord here, that's going to be really, really strong. But that's easier said than done, of course. So dual weapon boys, get on this. And we're going to go Rage Embodied, and there we go. All right, so we got you trapped. Wrathful Reaper time. Let's see if we can kill his Lord here. That's going to be really, really nice if we can. If we kill the Lord, that flips the entire paradigm of the game, you know? That's huge. So the Lord is getting kind of low. Scarbrand's getting it. Come on, Scarbrand. Get that freaking vampire down. All right, let's call some Furies over here, and the enemy Lord should be dead now. Come on, Scarbrand. Finish him. Oh, he's at 300 HP. Okay, he should be dead. If we can keep Scarbrand alive. Okay, Vampire Lord is dead, and our Lord is alive, so that's pretty massive. All right, so the Vampire Lord, Count Chocula, is down for the count, and then we need to prepare some split pushing. All right, so we have the dual weapon boys. Let's get them working towards that back objective. Get you guys right there. Just throw right here. Scarbrand can go there. Furies can also descend on these guys. So now, is he stealing my back point? He is not. All right, so we're going to get some dogs. We're going to send them to the back point to start threatening that. Meanwhile, you guys are going to maneuver there as well. Giga Chad Scarbrand fighting it out. That was very close, but we did get the pick. Scarbrand has 1,800 HP. There is no Mortis Engine also, by the way. He might Crypt Ghoul my back point. It's very, very possible. Fury's doing huge damage here. My motorcycle died, but it was fine. It grinded pretty well. And great, so I think we just maneuver back here, take his back objective again, and we live our best life. And then we need to reinforce our home point, make sure that doesn't get stolen. I have like nothing here right now, man. I have like nothing on the field. All right, so a couple dogs are gonna go steal the home objective, so there we go. Yeah, Scarbrand should bully the freaking Strigoi, you know? Like, come on, 100%. So I really have like nothing to call in right now, man. Oh man, I'm gonna have to use Furies to defend my back objective, which feels bad. All right, let's go after the Crypt Ghouls here. Yeah, we're gonna get that point. Scarbrand's going. Forsaken can run back here too. Let's unsummon you guys out of the pool. That one Wrathmonger still didn't hear no bell. And we're gonna steal our opponent's home point to hopefully end the game here. Okay, we're gonna have a Khorne Gore out in a moment. Fury should be able to rip apart like 1 or 2 Crypt Ghouls. Chadbrand is still doing it. And right, let's get the Khorne Gore coming out here to hold this. And we steal their home point. I think that just seals the deal. Yeah, the one lone Wrathmonger is putting in a ton of work for sure. We need to get the Forsaken away. All right, so he's coming for this point, but we can honestly probably fight him here. Let's get the Hounds onto you guys. You guys here. Scarbrand's going to go help out with those, pull you back, and yeah, so you guys fight here. Just dive and get you guys here. As long as we don't lose Marlon Scarbrando, I think we're okay. And then we just reinforce our home point, and we just go out on our shield here. So pull back. Get you warriors in there, retreat a little bit. Scarbrand can help as necessary, so retreat. Get you guys in melee here, although you guys still have ammunition. So now we can turn and fight these guys, and we can use the horn right there to help them out. Scarbrand's gonna fight, and we can do the Rage Embodied. I don't think we need to. So those guys are gonna reinforce. I'm hoping I can hold here long enough, you know, not gonna be easy, but we do manage to get the kill out here on these Dire Pack units. Scarbrand, we do not want to lose him. That would just be terrible. We need to hold a little bit longer. We're not on the objective, so these guys need to come back to the point. Scarbrand goes there, and I'm hoping we can win on just this one. I'm pretty sure we can. So we're going to get Khorne Gores back there. Scarbrand could probably, you know, still weasel his way around the objectives. All right, onto the point. Every second matters. There we go, and yeah, we win on one now. So Scarbrand's just going to make an exodus back to the home point there, and as are these guys. So there we go. We do have a lot of scaries coming in here. Double Fury should be able to kill the chaff-centric units. Let's just get behind them. Khorne Gores will counter several of those units, and Chadbrand is going to be coming over here. So yeah, we can just abandon that point now. Get you guys out there and just call in Khorne Gores all day. There's really, really hard unit to break. Khorne Gores are very, very stalwart. Okay, what do we got? Yep, Horseman coming. Let's go to the middle, see if he's going to abandon that. Maybe we could just steal it. And Halberds need to get into you guys. We're going to pull the Forsaken behind the Halberds. Dual weapon boys can do their thing. And now we're going to attack into the back of you and into the back of you and kill those Cryptors really, really quickly. Yeah, he's realizing he might lose that point there if he's not careful. What do I have to call in? Literally nothing. Holy shit. Okay. A lot of vampires here, but we do have some good killing power. We have another Khorne Gore Halberd, which we can just chase those guys. Forsaken are nearby too. Charbrand is going to come give the Charbrand. What about Charizard or some shit? All right, so I think we just come over here and we just end the game there. Yeah. GG, that was a really good match, man. This player is very good. I always have very close games with them. So Forsaken, let's get the Forsaken over here now. You can see the Halberds are going to counter the Cryptors. And Chadbrand is victorious after killing the Strigoi. Not tonight, boy. No, not tonight. All right, baby, still got it. That was a solid-ass win right there. Yeah, let's go. So who did good for us? Scarbrand carried that, I think. He got 4,100 value on Chadbrand. Oh, dude. Love it. Throwing axes, I was a little bit blunderous with them. Forsaken were good. The cannon was probably the weak point in my army. Wrathmongers paid for themselves. But look, Wrathmongers kind of bounced right now. Only paying for themselves and nothing more in a grind. That's pretty good. So yeah, it really just came down to killing the big lord there. So GG. That map is good for that. All right, so let's see here. 725. Posted. And let's see what sort of adminning we have to do here. Just killing the Bloodwakes counts as a win for vampire counts? Yeah. All right, so let's do that. Let's do that. And we're going to do Corn versus vampire counts. All right. So solid. Undefeated so far, guys. It's good. Yeah, the cannon did absorb a lot of the gazes, right? Which, if he had done that on Scarbrand might have actually died, which was something. So looking here at the let's pull this up here. What is Corn's win rate against vampire counts? Pretty decent. They have a 58% win rate. So before that game, it would have been like 56, 57%. So vampire counts do win, but it's definitely a little bit Corn favored. I can see that. I didn't really play meta either. I'm sure like a meta Corn build with like double Wrathmonger and shit is really hard to deal with. But I don't know. Maybe what I did was normal. Who knows? I'm looking to get back into the game. Is there any DLC you recommend above others? So Cormac, are you looking to get into the game for multiplayer or for campaign? The cream of the crop is rising to the top. That's right. Let me know what you're interested in, and I can give you some feedback, because they're very different, you know. The DLCs I'd recommend would be different. Mostly campaign. Give me your top 4 favorite factions. Yeah, it's definitely not Vampire Count favored. I think that's Corn favored, that matchup. My opponent's very good. Yeah, very, very strong. Okay, so where are we going? Let's look around. We still have 1 game being played, I think. P6 and Imp are playing. Seth got a drop round there. And Snickerdoodle and Spaceboat are playing. Okay. So the next round should be starting soon. Remember, this is a 5-rounder, so it's a nice thick tournament. Very, very girthy. Yeah, man. It's good. So no, not all the players are from North America. The ones at night tend to be North America more so, but a lot of the players are European. I mean, we have a huge European community, a couple people in Southeast Asia. We even have a couple Middle Eastern players who are very solid. So all over the world, really. Yeah. Whatever region you're looking for. It is peer-to-peer, though, which sucks. So that's the only downside, is it is peer-to-peer connection, so that gets a little bit janky. Yeah, this is the degenerate EU hours, that's right. Europeans don't sleep at all. Vampires and soul blights, there you go. There you go. They don't eat breakfast either, they just smoke cigarettes. That's right. Did you go over the Skulltaker Valkia thing? Yeah, okay, that's a good call. So if you want to play Skulltaker, typically the most meta setup for Skulltaker is going to be him on his Blood Throne. You keep Revel and Slaughter, you can cut Locus of Fury, you keep Bloody Onslaught, you keep Cloak of Skulls, and you cut the Slayer Sword. Typically, that is how you see him. But sometimes he does get brought on foot as well, but you would use the same itemization. For Valkia is a bit of a different one. Her abilities are pretty decent, but usually she's brought bare bones. Myself, personally, I like to bring the spear and the shield. So I cut everything except the spear and the shield, and that's how we jam. Yeah. So that's typically how I play that. Hey, Grimnir, thank you for the donation. Didn't catch the Total Tavern Finals live, but it was insane for the rewatch. Keep it coming. Always. All day, every day. You ask, what internet speeds are you guys running, if it's not a weird question. At the moment, I have 25 to 30 millibytes per second. You know what I would do is join our Discord, buddy. I can't read your name since it's in what appears to be a different language, but join our Discord, get in the lobbies with some of the players, like ask somebody if they could join a lobby with you and test your internet and see how it goes. So you should be fine, but yeah, it's worth testing for sure. It is indeed. The Europeans are evolving to watch the 3 a.m. streams. Yeah, Sleipnir is crazy good. I mean, people were saying, why would you bring Valkia against dwarves? It's because Sleipnir just like wrecks a good quality dwarven unit. If they try and snipe her, you activate Demon Shield, and she's just like totally chilling. Very, very strong. Hey, seriously, thank you so much for that donation, boss, Grimnir. It's very generous of you, and I'm glad you enjoyed the finals. That was some of the most fun I've had casting Total War in a while. Like, I felt very engaged, and like all the games were very fun. It was so good. How many of you guys... Here's a quick question. I've often wondered... It's not necessarily the best kind of group to ask, because you guys already tune into the streams, but I feel like a lot of people who watch maybe the channel and like just the videos and whatnot maybe don't like get to catch all the games on the stream. So I've often thought, would it be helpful for you guys if we have a stream that has like 10 or 15 games in it, right? Like if we cut the game off that stream and re-uploaded it as like a highlight video, would that be something you guys would want? Or do you guys all just watch all the game battles anyways on the streams and that would just be a waste of your time? I'm just kind of wanted some feedback. Because there were some games on the grand final stream that like, man, were just so god tier and I feel like they deserve their own highlight. But again, you guys may have already seen them, so. All right. So just waiting on one game to finish between B6 and Imp. Wow, nice. They finished really quickly. Okay, cool. I just skipped through the live stream recording. Yeah, I think that's what most people do. I don't watch all the VODs, so the more highlights, the more solo casts are great. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, because I don't save the replays from tourney, so it would just be a re-upload essentially of the tournament cast, which I know some people might not be into, but you watch everything. Cool, man. Cool. Used to watch only the videos. Personally, I think I massively prefer streaming as opposed to doing videos. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. YouTube hates when you have streams and VODs on the same channel. I know, I'm terrible at the YouTube algorithm thing, honestly. But it's all good. We endure. Advancing to round 4. So this is going to be the 4th of 5 rounds. So far, we're undefeated. Our chances at top 4 looking better and better. We're going to be playing the dreaded Blood Penguin here, so that's going to be fun. Okay, and where's this? And we're going to be pinging the players to let them know we are in the next round. Goblins, round 4. Another really strong player, Blood Penguin. He is a perpetual top 16 player in the world. We're going to be duking it out with our boy here. He's a very, very nice guy. So let's get him in here. All right, we're up. Blood for the Blood Penguin, I know. He might have the advantage here. He literally is named Blood Penguin. All right, Edge of the Darkwood, Talabheim Crater, or It's a Me. It's a... Okay. And who is banning first? Let's see who it's going to be. Okay, I ban first. Check in here. All right. I like when you edit any videos that are exciting or spectacular. You have 15. Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you, man. It's good feedback. Any Curse of the Leper utility? Yes. Curse of the Leper is really good against Khorne. You use it against the Wrathmongers. Yeah. It's very, very nice. Chad. All right. Khorne here. And map is going to be, I will ban... Edge of the Darkwood is probably a good one to ban. No, Talabheim Crater. All right, so I'm playing Bretonnia, by the way. We have an undefeated Bretonian Giga Chad in here. Bretonnia is like seeing, it's a rare spawn in this game. Yeah, I'll figure out how to make the stream chat shared for sure. I think I can make it appear on the stream. How goes it so far? Just got off work. We're currently 3-0, undefeated with Khorne. We're going into round 4 against another undefeated player who's very, very strong. All right. Never get a live turn, so thanks for distracting me at work. I got you. Hopefully you get through your work, man. Thank you for the $10. I got you covered. Alexander's dropping. Copy that. Okay, let me see. Is he dropping? Okay, let me see this player's score. We can switch you guys. Okay, sorry guys, a little bit of adminning right here. Let's see here. So we're going to be playing on the Talabheim Crater, which is a map I actually don't know very well. It's one that you don't see super often, but it is very nice. I think it's an Itza style map. No, Talabheim Crater, so Crater. There it is. Yeah, this is one of the newer maps we've added in. It's made by Wacka Wacka 3000 here. Okay. And perfect. All set. May productivity suffer in the name of grander things. That's right. That's right. So we're playing Bretonia. I feel like we should have the advantage. Unless I mess something up, which is certainly very possible since I don't really play this faction too much. I think we're going to need you guys. And I think Marauder Horsemen are going to be very necessary. Penguin, Blood Penguin's very good. He's extremely good. He knows Bretonia, like, his advantages, nobody knows what Bretonia is going to do because they're so off meta and weird. So he has that advantage over me in that, like, I'm just here trying to figure it out. All right. Okay. Yeah, Corngors are good. I think you're going to be Corngors en masse. You're going to want Penta Corngor because they're just super good in this matchup. Yeah, Bretonia is just an off-meta pick for sure. But he's like an OG, long-time, very, very solid Bretonian player. So he can make them work. That's for damn sure. Does Bretonia still bring catapults? I bet you we could see catapults. We could see probably Hippogriff Knights, things like that. Oh. Okay, and let's do that. I will ban Talabheim Crater. Oh, that's right. Okay, so we are on a different map. Sorry, it's just Edge of the Darkwood then. Okay, and we're going to do this. Bretonia is extremely difficult to play, but like his chances of beating me here are actually quite good. He is a super strong player, so yeah, it like anything could happen, you know. Let's get you and you. I do like this out of the gates. Perfect, perfect. We're going to get this, and from there we can get a little bit of utility. What are the speedy units do I have? Chariots might be kind of a cheeky pick here, although I feel like they just get pinned down by the freaking cavalry, so that's not going to work out super well. Okay, and for this guy, we can get a Forsaken. Why have you forsaken me? Now, for the rest of our reinforcements, Forsaken are a decent little crowd clearing choice. Minotaurs of Khorne. You don't want to go too crazy into just indexing against cavalry. Like, you do need anti-infantry tools here. You know, you do need anti-infantry. That is for sure the case. So these things are pretty much good against everything. Slaughter Guard in this matchup could be good, but he's going to be prepared for it. He's going to have something to counter the Slaughter Guard, and is going to be pretty mobile too, I would imagine. Catapults are hard to shut down. I don't really like bank too much on actually being able to stop them. You kind of just accept your fate and just like, yeah, that catapult's going to get me. It's there's not a whole lot I can do about it. Okay. So there we are. So he's going to go Yeoman Archers for sure. There's going to be a bunch of Yeomen on the field. Shielded is better, and then we could just bring this ability here. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the build is about right. I think it'll do, Pig. It will do. Yeah, I do like the Minotaurs of Khorne. They're very, very good here. Although they could be isolated by his cavalry and cause a bit of grief for me, which sucks. Thinking about getting a little bit more mobility in there. Let's do this. And 1 and 2. GLHF. All right, let's see if we can get the dub here, guys. A wild Pilgrim Rush. Yeah, I mean, the Pilgrims are no joke. The Battle Pilgrims with their Friar Tuck haircuts. Just caught up to live. That last match was crazy. Freddie, it was. My fellow Nurgle enjoyer. Thank you for being a channel member as well. I greatly appreciate the support, man. And yeah, now we just wait for him to ready up. All right, so let's do this. Refreshing to see. Corngors are good against most of the roster here, honestly. Yeah, they're going to be good against most of the roster. Boss Toss is undefeated. I think, is he? Let's see. So undefeated players right now are... okay, it's just me and Blood Penguin. We got a couple other big dogs lurking in the shadows, though. They're waiting. What's your Green Nightbreaker? Oh, shit. I wish you had asked me that a minute ago. But it's actually for the best. You know, I don't want to, you know... I didn't even think of that. I was like, how am I going to kill Green Knight with this build? I'm like, oh... I literally have like nothing that can kill the Green Knight. Oh, God. All right, let's see how this goes. What's the record? We're 3-0 right now, but I think we're about to lose it because I forgot to bring an answer to Green Knight. Oh, just end me, bro. Just put me in the trash. That's one of my favorite scenes in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Is when when Danny DeVito's like talking about like his funeral. He's like, when I die, just throw me out with the trash. Just throw me in the dumpster out back. Green Knight probably will not be able to kill the Wrathmongers on his own, no. Wrathmongers will probably beat Green Knight, but I mean, he could just run away. He's on his horse, so it's like, you know, whatever, right? Through the power of sheer rage. That's where the halberds could have come in useful, for sure. So probably going to be Lewin Green Knight, right? Yeah, shit. That's going to be really hard to deal with. Anything Frank. Frank Reynolds is so good on that show. Man, we got to start watching that again. Where would you put yourself on the global ranks? So, historically, when I have been very active in Total War, like playing a lot of tournaments and not covering other games and whatnot, I'm usually in the top 16 in the world in the tournament leaderboard. I usually lurk around like ranks like 9 through 16 when we're like in full tryhard mode. But yeah, I'm like what you call a gatekeeper, you know? Like I don't like play the meta enough or grind enough to really go too hard, but yeah, definitely gatekeeping, making sure you earn your spot in the grand finals. You know, you got to work hard for it. Plus, I also disqualify myself from the championships, even though I've qualified for a couple. Yeah, because it's kind of silly since I run them and stuff. So, looking forward to the next patch when we get pigback Wrathmongers. Oh God. What's the over under on us getting like a really broken unit in the upcoming patch? What do you guys think it's going to be? You think we're going to get some just dirtiness? I guarantee you there's going to be something super annoying. What's up, Assyrian? How you doing, man? I was playing some Isengard earlier on your lovely mod. It was very fun. Me and Orange Pest were having a training session. Hey, so Assyrian, I wanted to ask you this, and this will be quick question before we start this. If I open up the Age of the Ring tournaments to intermediate players, like mid-level players, do you think there's any of like the noobs that you've seen that can actually hang with them, or is it just going to be a slaughter? Yeah, I'm curious about that. All right. Well, anyways, so 1 and 2. Let's go ahead and get Skulltaker. So he's on his motorcycle there. We have these guys, and we got 2 guys coming over here as well. So these are going to be 2 Corngors and a Fleshhound unit who are going to be grabbing the back point. So this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I know every DLC does have 1 broken unit, basically. Yeah. All right. Let's get it, man. Let's have some fun. Should be deploying over here. I don't know what I was thinking. That was very stupid. And let's get up on the points. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. We both have 10 units. It's going to be nice and sweaty here. Okay. Let's go there. Let's move you guys up like so. Head up to the middle. Skulltaker and you guys. All right. So it's going to be, yeah, Alberic, Grail Knights. Holy shit. Okay, we got some Grail Chads coming here. So we're just going to steal this point real quick. Run you doggies to the middle. And my opponent is going for the back objective with some Yeoman Archers, but it's fine. Should get our clutches on that. Skulltaker is going to be rolling. And we should get this. I don't know how well the Corngors are going to trade here, actually. It's kind of an interesting one. On the back point, we are going to want to send some sort of an infantry unit to hold that. So we're going to put you in group 7. And can the Corngors hold against these units? That's the question. I think it's a little bit dodgy. We're going to bring the Hellforge Bellowers over. I think the Corngors can fight these guys off. So let's reform the ranks. And our horsemen are going to be coming. We're going to be heading this way. Like, every little rat play like this is very big, where we just, like, you know, hold the objective for a moment. They're going to go here, so we're going to charge in there. We do have the dogs nearby. Those are unbreakable halberds, so you see he does take some damage moving in. Skulltaker is going to go back there. And, yeah, you horsemen need to move up on this point. Skull Cannon's going to come in there, blast those guys in the face. Dogs are just, like, threatening a charge there. But, yeah, overall, the Corngors are doing good. And we do miss the point-blank shot, which feels bad. But, you know, let's see if he's paying attention here. We could just charge in and do this. All right, Forsaken, let's get him up and get you guys back. Pull you guys here, get you to retreat, and perfect. So we are maintaining his back objective, which is great. And then we just kind of rotate onto the middle. And yeah, just kite these guys back, keep Skulltaker going. Skulltaker can go after those squires there, and let's get you to turn around and shoot. And there will come a time when I'm just going to yield that objective, right? That's going to be the play. So nothing's going for the back point here. And all's good. So form up. Ooh, nice shot right there on those fancy boys. Let's halt, although he's going to get the charge off, so might as well just eat it. We're going to get one Corn Gore back into the woods. So now we're going to start playing the middle. We do see Skull Taker basically just farming skulls, which is awesome. And yeah, we can move up. Keep shooting at these big expensive boys. Retreat into the trees here. And now we're going to get a Minotaur with a great weapon to come out and run away with you. Keep screening here. Back objective is looking safe. Skull Taker is taking skulls, and now he's going to want to run away here if we can. Keep these skirmishers doing work. Hound units on the wings can chase. And keep that big old machine coming and running. Okay, so Corn Gores can move out to the middle of the map. Marauders versus Foot Squires is going to be good. We can actually let the Hounds get on top of them. Call you in there, and yeah, we're able to get some good work. Let's turn around and shoot those Grail Knights. Go after Big Boy here as well. Skull Taker is going to go ahead and do the Curse on you and attack him, and then we'll pop the Slayer Sword as well. See what kind of damage we can get on him. Pull you guys to the middle, and is there anything going on my back objective? I don't think so. So Forsaken are coming. Overall, this fight's looking very good for us. We are going to get charged again, but we can just outrun these guys, no problemo. So every time those Grail Knights chase us, we're kind of pulling ahead a little bit, right? It's very good for us because we're just farming value off them. So Skull Taker's in good shape, and we are a little bit surrounded here, though, but thankfully we do have some Forsaken nearby who maybe can help. Skull Taker is very, very tough to lock down. He's very tough. All right, let's get on those Grail Knights. You can fight here if we want to. Minotaurs are coming in. They can turn around and help. Corn Gore number 1, Corn Gore number 2, and now I think we just save up for the Wrathmongers, guys. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be saving for the Mongers of Wrath. Minotaurs coming in, going to be nastiness. That's going to be a lot of damage here. Yep, hell to the yeah, let's go. All right, so Corn Gores into Foot Squires doesn't feel great, but it's also not the worst trade in the world. And man, oh, look at the beating he's taking. He might have just thrown here by getting his character surrounded. We'll see. Wrathmongers, we almost got him. This Cannon of Doom is going to come across. Let's get you guys on the back and get these guys shooting into the blob here, which is going to be great. But, oh, dude, those Minotaurs. Work is getting done. All right. So that character's broken. Alberic is actually almost dead. So let's see if we can focus fire him and snipe him. That would be super nice. And now we can get a Wrathmonger to come up. Probably seal the deal. Yeah, if we can kill him, it's probably just game blouses. All right, so Alberic is going to get away there. Minotaurs are a little bit trapped up in Halberd, so we want to run away with them and keep this going here. Alberic does eat that shot. Let's keep focusing down the Grail Knights. Retreat away. Get Alberic right there. And the Wrathmongers are a long ways away, but when they do get here, it's going to be like a Christmas present. That's for sure. Those are Knights of the Realm back there. We don't care too much about them. Alberic does eat a lot of volley fire. Minotaurs need to retreat away from the Halberds. That's for damn sure. And we do get that Paladin kind of broken up. So the Hellforge Bellower is able to get her done. Let's get you guys out here. Big man over there. And the point is in flux, but we just need to keep value trading effectively, which is, I would say, going pretty well. All right, 3, there we go. So we get another Horseman coming out, which is going to be outstanding. Skull Taker is going to keep going here. Let's turn around, blast Alberic. You fight here. Skull Taker's obscenely tanky. He's like pretty much good at everything. He's just so good, so powerful. All right, so Skull Taker's going. Alberic is kind of getting worked on a little bit, and yeah, we're able to force him back there. The Horsemen are getting blasted. Skull Cannon shot does hit home. Wrathmongers are coming. These Forsaken just kind of AFK there, so let's go push these guys off. So those Knights do get it. Let's get the Minotaurs to go run and intercept you. Big man to go run these guys over. And the Wrathmongers will be up on the point soon. I think we're going to steal the objective here in a minute. That Paladin potentially going to die there. All right, so back up on the point. Let's keep the Hellforge Bellowers going, and we can call in some Furies now just to chase down some errant, threats on the battlefield. Cannon's doing good, and if we just finish off Alberic, yeah, the Horsemen are going to get him right here probably. Oh, pop the Slayer Sword. Let's go. And Skull Taken. Oh, it's just like, doesn't Alberic get killed in the cinematic by freaking Skull Taker? Pretty sure he does. All right, let's just run after him now. Skull Taker's all up on his shit right now. 157 HP. Alberic's going to be down for the count. And now he basically has nothing that can kill the Wrathmongers. All right. So that was really, really good for us, man. Holy shit, that was good. Okay, what do we got? Skull Taker's in there, Wrathmongers. We just kind of brute force him off the point now. And we call it a day. So let's do some unsummoning. We have the capture weight coming in. Furies are nearby. And yep, that's going to us. Skull Taker's just going to kind of solo everything now. Wrathmongers get into these Foot Squires. Forsaken go here, and you can take down the Foot Squires as well. All right, so what do we got? Would he try and threaten the back objective out of desperation? I think yes. So I'm just going to park another Halberd back there so we can't do any cavalry split pushing. Wrathmongers are just going to go dick deep in pretty much everything he loves here. And these are going to be Knights of the Realm, which we can actually just tie down with Furies. which is going to be fine. Wrathmongers or Skull Taker will probably beat that Paladin there. I would expect. He's got like 61 melee attack with his freaking build-up thing he has. All right, so Skull Taker just going apeshit right now. Although he only has 1,700 value. Not as much as I would have thought. Not as much as I would have thought. All right, let's call in another Fury now just to clean shit up, and we're good. Yeah, pretty much a wrap, I think. I don't think he's got any chances, and he knows, yeah. GG, well played. All right, 4-0, baby. 4-0. We're going to the finals probably. All right, let's get it. That build worked like clockwork. It was very clean. Oh. The Hellforged Bellowers were very good. I kept pestering those elite cavalry, those Grail Knights. Value is 1,200. Skull Taker 17. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, Skull Taker only got 1,700. He didn't even pay for himself. But Alberic got bullied by the throwing axes, I think. Every time Alberic came in, he was just getting throwing axe in the face. All right. GG, dog. Okay. So, well played to Blood Penguin. We're going to refresh that. We're going to have quite a bit of downtime in between now and the next round. That is going to be 1 and here. Okay. And perfect. And that's going to be Khorne versus Bretonnia. That matchup feels favored for Khorne, too. Bretonnia is a tricky one. He didn't bring Green Knight, so that was really good for me. If he had had Green Knight, I might have been a little bit nervous. But, yeah, no Green Knight, so we're chilling. Skaven SFT next. I am super down for that, actually. I'm super down for that. All right. So what do we got? Maximilianer. Max, did your opponent drop? Let me see. So you have 3 wins here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that looks correct. So everything's fine there. So yeah, we're going to have another 5 or 10 minutes, maybe 15 before the next round starts. So if you guys have questions, now is a good time. You guys talking about the strongest dragon in tabletop? That would be the dreaded Star Dragon, yeah. It's the best one. Even in the new game. In the old game, it was as well. Frostbite, when are we getting a Lizardmen SFT? I don't enjoy playing Lizardmen that much, to be honest. I don't know. They don't suit my style, but maybe I'll do it someday. It's not out of the books. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that was fixed. Bastos and Imp are playing. Edgardo and Arno. Missing out on my mains Khorne while I'm stuck at work. It's okay, Dark Horse. The replays will be up for you. They will be there. So we got one more round after this. What's so good about this style is with the Khorngors, because Khorngor Vanguard on the back cap, like on a map like that, you can just get so much work done by Vanguarding Khorngors, which, by the way, if you don't know what they have the Fury of the Skull Throne. So they become unbreakable for 22 seconds when their leadership or their hit points drop. So it makes it, you can't really alpha strike them off objectives. So having them just sit on your opponent's back point and just like, they're fast too. They have almost 40 movement speed. I think Frenzy gives them a little bit of speed. No, it doesn't. Or is it Primal Fury that does? Yeah, Primal Fury. So they have over 40 movement speed. Just so annoying. They're so annoying. Dark Elves are probably my worst factions in the game are probably Grand Cathay and Dark Elves, and maybe Lizardmen. Those would probably be my worst factions. That I just have I would just have to be copying other people basically instead of knowing. All right, so 4-0. We'll see if we can get there tonight. It'd be very fun to win with Khorne. A little blood for the Blood God. Just a little bit of skulls for the Skull Throne. And I do wish I could jump in and cast people's games live. So it looks like right now, top 4, if this round was the 4th and final round, it would be Khorne, Bretonnia. I don't know what Space Pope is playing. And Scrambled Egg Special is lurking as well. I think, is he playing his Coast? I'm not sure. Dropped after I put her score, so the system gave me 1 too many points. Okay. I will take care of this admin issue. Yeah, so Project Zomboid. We were talking about that earlier. What I was thinking of was getting like a community, like a Discord server, right? Because you can host your own servers for it. So we could have like a community going and kind of follow the stories and the sagas. I'm gonna play a little bit of my own first, but I think that would be the direction I would want to go. I think that'd be fun. I'm excited to play the new tabletop game. I haven't had a chance to play it. Maybe tomorrow night. Yeah, my buddy and I usually play on Tuesday nights, so maybe we're going to play the new game tomorrow. Yeah, that'd be fun. How many people can you have on a Project Zomboid server? Could we have like 100 people, or is it It would be like Lord of the Flies. We would have a bunch of little like groups forming and militias and shit. I don't know. It could be fun, right? Do you think you might ever put together a comprehensive on how to effectively use cavalry and or... So I do have that. I not quite that, but I do have a guide that was quite old now, but still relevant on how to move your units properly and whatnot. Yeah, but if you have specific questions, just ask me on stream and I'll just like, in between rounds like this, I can illustrate and give you anything you need. Yeah, do let me know. Didn't somebody literally run a Lariel, Phoenix, and a Star Dragon in the Grand Finals? Yeah, there was a Larry build. There was. Lariel's very good. I mean, her healing is obscene. If you have Larry, a couple of elite monsters, and the Fireborn, you can have a crazy durable, hard-hitting Alpha Strike army with the High Elves, which is very, very good. All right, couple matches still to finish. Should be getting wrapped up here in a minute. So, how to use cavalry effectively. Okay. So, cavalry are interesting, and not all cavalry are created equal. It's kind of a complex question because you have things like, if we take a look at High Elves, like Illyrian Reavers, right? And if you look at the mass of an Illyrian Reaver, they have 600 mass per model. Whereas if you go to the Warriors of Chaos and take a look at the mass of their Chaos Knights, which are like their heavy shot cavalry, these guys are going to have mass at 1,200 a model. So they have twice as much mass as a skirmish cavalry. So this is going to affect the degree with which your charges penetrate enemy formations. So using skirmish cav and using elite cavalry are a little bit different. But typically cavalry, if it's a lance cavalry, you want to charge somebody. If it has hard charge bonus, stay in combat for 10 to 15 seconds, maybe like 10 seconds, and then retreat out of combat, completely out of combat, and go charge something else. If it's a unit that is a sword and board cavalry unit with a lower charge bonus and better combat stats, you're going to want to leave that unit in sustained combat more often because it's designed to sit and grind. It's like a mobile hammer that you move and just leave in place and it deals with a threat, right? So hopefully that's like a very basic way of looking at it. Yeah. Good times, man. Yeah, Dark Horse. I also have a Chaos Army, but I don't like using dragons. So I wanted to have a Nurgle infantry-based army. So I'm really hoping that will be more viable in the new game. What is it about Lizardmen that you don't enjoy? I don't know. It's the thematics. I mean, I know I love the dinosaurs. I think they're hilarious, but I just don't get into the lore of the Lizardmen. And I usually play factions based on their lore and what I like about them. So, like, I love the Chaos Dwarf lore, like that evil, like, industrial firepower. And then, like, Nurgle, just that, like, inevitable doom, like, sludge metal, like, Baroque armor that's, like, rotting. And the Empire, just awesome. Classic, kind of Central European, cool mixture of human civilization and fantasy. But, for example, like, the Lizardmen don't really do it for me in the lore. I know they're super cool and all, but that's just my personal preference. Total War 40k Death Guard. Oh, my God. Give it to us, dude. Give it to us, precious. All right, so where are we? Checking here. Who is this? Okay, thank you for hosting. Appreciate it. Okay, so this is my first round opponent. It is all good, so we're going to be dropping them. Finding out who that was. Okay, so that was our first round opponent. Arno is going to be getting dropped. Arno. Okay, let's refresh this. The California lizard PTSD. What? I actually think lizards are really cool in real life. I think they would be. It'd be really cool to have like someday maybe have a little lizard pet. They're neat creatures. All right, Arno. So we need to drop him from the round here, and that is going to be a drop. Then we're going to need to fix Ed's score here. So give me 1 second. Okay, Ed, he is going to go down to 2 points here, and then we should be all set. Professor Pone probably calls something else that he owns Smog, if you catch my drift. Yeah. All right, so there we go. Just about ready, just updating somebody's score, refreshing. Bearded dragons are cool, yeah. My wife wants, and I do also, but we want to get like the most evil Pomeranian mixed with the Chihuahua mix ever. Just like the most Satan dog you can possibly grab. All right, advancing the Swiss. Oh, and Raksha, that was definitely a YouTube glitch. 100%. This is like normal, you know? Yeah. All right, we got scrambled egg special. So both of us are pretty much guaranteed a spot in the finals here. Somebody did get a bye round. No, it doesn't look like it, which is fine. And now we have the next round. Okay, goblins. All right, so here we go. So we got scrambled egg special. So we're getting a preview of the semifinals potentially. Let's get scrambled in here. He is a perpetual top 16 player also. A fellow gatekeeper of the gods. Let's see what he's playing. Corn for me. Okay, so I'm going to be on the picks and bans here, round 5. There we go. All right, so just waiting for him to appear, and we should be good. They call them palm cheese. Yeah. Pomeranian Chihuahua mixes. Well, my wife is Polish, as you know. And Pomeranians actually are a Polish dog, if I'm not mistaken, because the northern region of Poland was formerly known as Pomerania. So they are hailing from the realm of Poland. Round 5. It's a 5-rounder. Oh, Scrambled Egg didn't read the tournament. He didn't know that it was a 5-round tournament. He's like, I got another game to play? Oh, shit. All right. It is a 5-round tournament, though. Yeah. It's a 5-rounder, guys. Don't leave. Go ahead and play. Okay. Oh, God, it's the Ogres. He's rocking the Burger Kingdoms. Oh, no. Not the Forbidden Ogres. All right, so he's Ogres. I will ban. So Jade Tome is kind of open. Chateau de Roquefort is probably a map that's decent for us. I will ban Ambush. Okay. So we're doing the picks and bans of the map. How much longer do you think the stream will run? So we have this game, and then we have the semis and the grand finals. So probably another hour and a half. Maybe 2 hours, give or take. I don't know how long it's going to take. Yeah, just waiting on my opponent to ban here. Oh, God, I hope he doesn't bring Greases. Because if he beats me with Greases, it's like it's the ultimate shame, you know? It's like putting the shame on your opponent. I'd rather just, you know, be eliminated. Okay, he picked the map I wanted, thank the Dark Gods. The other one would have been bad for me. Okay, so we got Ogre Kingdoms here, the Burger Kingdoms. I'm actually not sure how you go about this. I feel like it's going to be Trixie Hobbitses, you know? The Burger Kingdoms are coming to get you. All right, so foot characters. Do we want anything? I feel like Homie is the way to go. He's just such a good character. Valky is, of course, very good here, too. Okay, so let's get you on the motorcycle, I think, is the idea. Oy, oy, oy. So basically every Ogre player is just going to be utilizing those frickin' firing lines of Lead Belchers, which on this map I'm hoping I can line of sight some of those bad boys. I'm really hoping I can. Let's get 2 of these in our opening build. I think that's going to be good. And do I want to get Cultists? Cultists of Khorne are pretty stalwart in this matchup. They can definitely hold and fight. Give you some fighting power on the objectives. Granted, the Bloodletter summon isn't particularly good, is my one gripe with those. Yeah, that's my one issue. 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to max out on Khorngors, obviously, because they're super good in this matchup. Do we want the Hellforge Bellowers? They're actually pretty damn good for me. I mean, could I use the Skull Cannons to counter the Lead Belchers? I don't think so, because I think the range is going to be too inhibiting. Or the ammunition, excuse me. Yeah, the Caster Lords are usually better for the Ogre Kingdoms. Golg isn't very good. He's all right. He's probably more of a land battle thing, to be honest. All right. So we got these guys. Can mix in one of these just for the flavor. Probably going to have some Pigback Riders in there. Pigback Riders are very, very nasty. We'll get 2 Furies, I think. And I think, is this really good, though? Is this really the way? Wrathmongers against Ogres are probably pretty nasty, too. I think just like always having a single friggin' Bloodwake Berserker is going to be pretty menacing. So we got 550 here. Let's get a dual weapon boy. Yeah, I like this build. I think it's all right. I think it's got some teeth. We'll see what we can do. GLHF to my opponent. I'm ready. Perfect 0 spend, by the way, baby. Perfect 0 spend. Don't fear the diabetes. Dude, I have to fear the diabetes. I live in America, dude. We are the land of the diabetes. Wilford Brimley, the great prophet of the United States. Diabetes. Yeah. We have a lot of sugar in our food, man. A lot of sugar. So Khorne versus Ogre Kingdoms. Let me look at the win rates on this matchup. I'm actually curious what the stats say on the website. Khorne is even. It says it's even-ish with ogres. Okay, so I definitely have some chances. That's good. Yeah. Minos will be MVP. I do have some Minotaurs in the build. I do have some. A lot of ogre players just use trash units and like Noblars, and then they use lead belchers. That's kind of been the sauce that we've been seeing. Thank you for getting that reference. Of course, dude. Wilford Brimley, man. He was on Walker, Texas Ranger, wasn't he? Hold on. The greatest show of all time, by the way. No discussion about that one. How dare IMDb give it a 5 out of 10? Let me see here. Okay, Walker, Texas Ranger. Is that Wilford Brimley? I don't think it is it? No, it's Noble Willingham. Okay. Yeah, Chuck Norris. All right, awesome. He was? Was he? It says... I don't know. Was he really in it? I don't see Wilford Brimley on here. Hang on a sec. Oh, shit. What the hell's going on here? Made that blocker all gigantic here. Okay. Wilford. I don't see him on here, guys. Oh my god, I wish we could just watch Walker, Texas Ranger clips and just laugh at them together. There's so many good ones. There's so many good ones. Do you guys remember the Walker, Texas Ranger clip where like Chuck Norris is like stopping the guy who's driving the Ferrari or whatever? And he tries to run Chuck Norris over, but then Chuck Norris does a flying jump kick through the window of the Ferrari and just like kicks the guy in the chest, and he just stops driving. Oh my god, that clip, or the one when the guy pulls the ladder from the kid. Oh, it's so funny. Oh my god. Season 3, episode 17. Did you just know what episode that reference was, or are you talking about something else? The Thing is the greatest horror movie ever. It's so goddamn good. Okay, scrambled egg. I don't know if he's... Am I on the wrong map or something? I don't think so. All right. Perfect. And good luck, have fun. All right. The Conan O'Brien Walker clips were great. They were... So Wilford Brimley was in one episode of Walker, Texas Ranger. Okay, so I wasn't sure if he played the police chief guy. Yeah, but that was a different actor. Okay. In the eyes of the Ranger. Yeah, so good. When the eyes of the Ranger are upon you. Dude, it's so ingrained in my youth psyche. I remember coming home from school in the 90s, in like late 90s, and just watching Walker, Texas Ranger and just thinking Chuck Norris was like the coolest thing ever. Those were great times. All right. So we're playing the Ogre Kingdoms. All right. Marauders of Khorne. 3, 4, and 5. There we go. So we got cultists. We got cultist in the mix. We got Skull Taker because he's just obnoxious and hard to deal with. And we got a couple of these guys out as well who are going to be jumping up. We're the same age. Yeah, man, I was born in 1988. A little old school. Who's the oldest Chad we have here in chat tonight? Let us know. I'm curious. So I'm turning 37 in 5 days. I'm curious who the oldest lad we have in here is. Because I was looking at my channel analytics the other day, and it did say that there was a couple people in their late 60s, or people in their 60s and 70s watching. Yeah, Anticity, we're playing Khorne. So far, we're undefeated. We're 4-0, and now we're playing Ogres. So regardless, I'm going to make top 4 here. Powerful 43 from Ares. All right, a big old 1975 coming in strong from Filter. I love it. All right, 55, Chris. Right on, dude. Oh, you might be the most powerful one here. I think Chris has got the banner now, representing us old dogs. We got 58 from Shimmer. All right, I think Shimmer might have it won. I don't think anybody's got Shimmer beat. 58? Did I miss something? I don't think so. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in honor of all of our old homies here, we will fight a good fight for you. And it is going to be very fun. GLHF, we do see Anticity, the world champion, hanging out here. Awesome to see him. RTS fandom is truly the retirement home of gaming. How dare you, dude. Shimmer won. Shimmer got it. All right. Well played to Shimmer. Well played. Where the hell's that ogre army? All right. Corn sounds, angry, guttural roars. All right. Yeah, it's pretty... Well, the new generation, their thing is... I have a couple... My neighbor, he's awesome. His kids are like... He has a 14-year-old, 7-year-old, and a 10-year-old. They love Minecraft and Fortnite. Those are like... That's like their holy Bible. Yeah. Blood for the blood god. If I can get a triple cap out of the gates and utilize the train here to mitigate some of the shooting, that's going to be nice. All right, let's get Skulltaker up there. We're going to get you guys to come grab this. We are going to yield this objective, so we're just going to pull back off that one. Then we're just going to kind of hang out here and wait. How many lead belchers are we talking? It's only one. Okay, he's got a lot of... Oh, Golg's Maneaters. Holy shit, okay. So he's got some off-meta tech coming in, which I love. Probably save up for the Wrathmongers, to be honest with you. Okay, so do we steal that point? We do, so that's great. So now let's just retreat back. Retreat away. Run away, run away, run away. These things are what, anti-infantry? Okay, so maybe I can go do some harass on them and give them some trouble. So one Korngor unit is getting blasted. We're going to rotate over here and see if we can do anything. And yeah, and then everybody else is just going to kind of hide. We're going to put our 2 cultists on the objective to maintain capture weight. Does he have pigbacks? He does. Pigbacks and pigbacks. I hate pigback riders. I still hate them. I never forgive them for their launch. Wrathmongers are going to come up. My opponent does have that objective. We're just going to run. I'm not going to be able to get back there. I'm not. You know, I actually enjoy Minecraft, though. I've had some really good times playing Minecraft when it first came out, and even like as recent as 5 years ago. It's really fun. Like some of the mods they have in Minecraft are really creative and interesting, and yeah, it's fun. They had a Minecraft expansion which added a crafting type that was called Thaumcraft, which allowed you to be like a wizard, which was really fun. So me and my friends, we had a server, and we would you know, have little you know, trolling sessions of other people's bases and whatnot. It was very fun. I enjoyed the hell out of it. So pulling you back, you get the Wrathmongers over here as well. I could call in a Fury. You know what? He only has 1 lead belcher. Let's get a single Fury to fly over and just kind of keep him honest. And yeah, this hill is helping a little bit, but not too much. So we're going to get the 2 cultists to go in there and just kind of, you know, party a little bit. Yeah, in the meantime, we do see the Slaughtermaster coming. I think I can use Skulltaker to just trundle and harass a little bit. So up you go, up you go. Let's get the Wrathmongers coming in, get you guys parking right there. Get you into the Pigback Riders, and there we go. Yeah, Thaumcraft was very fun. I enjoyed it. All right. Let's get in here and fight a little bit. We're just going to juke. Like, I'm happy for him to shoot at Skulltaker because it's not going to be super effective. Just force him off the objective and just buy time, basically. We're just delaying while trying to mitigate the amount of damage we take. So we're going to fly overhead, just kind of be a little bit annoying here. Skulltaker's going to stay up there and do his thing. And yeah, we're just enjoying our best life here, really. Wrathmongers need to stay back. Furies are going to just keep flying overhead. Landing the Furies is just giving him free real estate, so we don't want any of that. Okay, looks good. And next call-in is probably going to be a Minotaur. So Cultists can keep chasing here. Thank the Dark Gods he only has 1 freaking lead belcher, by the way. If he had more, I would be sweating bullets. So what does he have? He has Flock of Doom? Okay, that's fine. So Flock of Doom is there. The hill is really mitigating his shooting. He's having problems with that. See, we just keep him back and keep milking those double points per second. Because eventually he's going to have to pull the trigger in advance, you know. There will come a time. So Minotaurs, let's get you guys up. They're going to run over this direction. Get you overhead. Cultists are going to push in and just kind of tease a little bit. Those are Ogre Bulls. Oh, he's shooting at the Furies now, which is great. I could just park over his head and force him to just kind of AFK shoot around. So what do we got coming in there? It's going to be some of these guys. Let's get the Minotaurs over there to protect this. Is he still shooting me? Not quite. He's pulling back. This is a huge win for me, honestly. The fact that he's not really fighting me and just kind of pulling back and trying to squeeze value out of only 1 lead belcher unit, that's really solid. We got Wrathmongers waiting for him, you know, all the goodies. We even have a Korngor waiting to do a little bit of action over there as well. Let's go get those Pigback Riders there. Let's bring you guys in there. He's shooting at Skulltaker, which is fine because Skulltaker heals. And yeah, so we're chilling. We can just dodge this and even hide behind this tree right here, and we're in good shape. Okay, pull back. Do this. Is he gonna sound the horn of war? Is he gonna finally advance? Let's get these cultists back, and let's see how he's gonna be defending. So blood vultures are coming in. Let's get another fury. So we're gonna get fury and fury, put them in group 4, and fly them back together. He's shooting at Skull Taker. We don't care about that, and we are at 500 points right now. So this is pretty big. Korngor's waiting to split push. We have double fury, and we can park Skull Taker there, and that should be doing some work. So he's shooting at a Marauder unit, but barely getting any value. I don't have any more flying units, so I think we win this. Yeah, I can use the Bloody Onslaught to debuff his vultures, which is going to be nice. Is he going to advance up? That is the question. All right, so let's attack here. We're going to keep Skull Taker underneath. We're going to use Bloody Onslaught on one of them, and then we're going to fight and hopefully win that one out. Cool, so we are chasing. Is he going to land on the ground? He does get a Flock of Doom. Okay, now we just retreat. It's fine. We both wasted an ability there, basically. All right, so in we go. Pull you guys back. Move you up. Get the Wrathmongers to get up on the objective as well. We have the dogs, and yeah, now we just kind of hang out. Skull Taker needs to get in there and help out. Looks good. So now we pull back here. Let's get engaged there on those guys. And the cultists are bumping and grinding, and they will get those pigbacks down eventually. All right, so we need the Minotaurs up too. A couple doggies are in the wings. We can get on these Ogre Bulls right here. And hopefully just win this fight. Yeah, our Furies are crushing it up in the sky, which is outstanding. You guys can get on the Gold Man-Eaters. And yeah, the fighting has begun in earnest now. It has indeed. And you can see here the dogs are doing great. We're going to attack these guys. We're going to go ahead and switch onto those Iron Guts or maybe retreat back. Pull the dogs back. The Furies have won the Air Force fight. And honestly, the ground fight looks like it's going well for us too. See, if this had been a map with an open field, like a flat open field, I would have been a little bit concerned. I think we can maybe pull some of you guys in. Go ahead and attack in there, pull you guys back, retreat these doggies, and see what we can get done. All right, so on the outside, we can also pull in a Korngor, get them engaged, and we should have a Cultist summon soon. I'm thinking. Wrathmongers are where? Where the hell did they go? All right, so they're fighting out here versus Gold's Man-Eaters. All right, no problemo. So those are Pigback Rider Knights. We got the dogs here. We want to loop them around, and we're going to call in a couple Korngors now. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so that's going to be our infantry corps. We're just going to get them running up here, and that should allow us to retake the middle. Once the Furies win this fight versus the Vultures in the sky, hopefully we'll be able to shut down the shooting, and we're going to go get Skull Taker and get him onto this fight there. Great. Wrathmonger is actually taking a surprising amount of damage, believe it or not, so that's a little bit dodgy. Let's get the Minotaurs down this way. You guys are getting attacked by the Pigbacks, so we want to get you down here and then go up and around that way. Get you guys on those Pigback Riders, and cool. Now, Skull Taker should shut that down eventually. We're going to get a summon here to help out a little bit. Wrathmongers are actually having some problems, so hopefully we can get them buffered out here with some of these guys. Get you there, and get you there as well. Get on these guys for the shooting and keep hunting down those bad boys. And outstanding. So where are the dogs? The dogs are going to go help secure that side objective. I think we're okay here. The Minotaurs and company should be able to cleave those Iron Guts asunder. And Skull Taker is just going to keep hunting these guys down. We'll use the Bloody Onslaught on them, and we do get the summons. Cool. So the middle should go to us here in a minute. I think we can probably pull you to the middle as well. How are those guys looking? You know, Pigback Riders. I think we use these guys to actually reclaim the middle. It's going to be a little bit better for us. And now we just do a big old push as the Flyers back here are being chased down. So what did he call in? Saber Tusk packs? Okay, we don't really care about that too much. All right, so pull back here, reclaim the middle, pull back. Yep, get everybody back. Get the Minotaurs behind these guys. Hound units can just come and feast on them. And on the outside, what do we want to get across here? So let's just get a Minotaur, or excuse me, a Marauder over there. We'll call in some Horsemen to deal with them eventually, and you guys can go saturate in that direction. You Minotaurs can turn around and beat down those Man-Eaters, and you are going to just hang tight. Okay, great. So how's it looking in the back? Yeah, Skull Taker being a menace as usual. He's just very annoying, and the longer he goes, the better there. You guys fight here. You guys get back up here. Doggies are feasting, and as long as I don't just like randomly lose Skull Taker to some shit, then I think we're okay. So we're going to get some Furies over there to make sure he doesn't die. All right. So back in the fight. Dogs, do we want to try and get the Lead Belchers? Those are Ogre Bulls, so I think 2 Corn Flesh Hounds are going to be able to saturate in and shut that shit down. Let's get another Marauder Horseman, come over, start threatening this point. Eventually we will be able to, so we're going to unsummon this guy, get some housekeeping done, and I think Skull Taker on this outside objective will probably be able to get that. And we are winning, I think, a lot of the fights. We're looking pretty comfortable here. So those are going to be Korngors, which are A-okay for me. They're going to do quite good. And in the middle, we do have the Wrathmongers. I'm tempted to unsummon the Wrathmongers and bring them back. We'll have to see how that goes. Furies have arrived. Could use the Furies to battle it out versus Saber Tusk packs. I don't think we need to. Okay. So who let the dogs out? The dogs are feasting, and they are about to get a little bit of support from the Wrathmongers, which is going to be good. It's getting a little bit frenetic here. Not sure how it's going, but I do feel like I'm winning. Because Skulltaker's like perfectly healthy. We're going to get a good little engagement going here. Pull you guys back. Do this. Get the Furies to come in and help with the Pigback Riders. You in charge in here. You go back there. Call in a Fury, and you guys go after this, and then you run all the way back that way. Great. So back into the fight we go. Let's get Marauders out here. Are we in danger of losing this point here? The middle... As long as we hold on to the middle, we're probably going to be comfortable with like a triple cap situation here. So let's get everybody back to the middle here. And the outside can, be whatever. And I think we can play this objective now. I think that's going to work out fine. Furies do land in there, taking down the Saber Chest packs. My opponent does manage to retreat, but maybe it's going to be too late. And the Ogre capture weight is starting to, really add up, though. It's really, really significant. So let's get you guys in there. Yes, and we're going to do a Bloodletter Summon. We got the dogs coming in. We do have his Lord a little bit surrounded there. But, yeah, it's a little sketchy, actually. It's a little bit sketchy, I'm not going to lie. So unsummoning you. And let's get Marauders coming up. Hopefully we can just win the grind fight. We do manage to win the outside objective, so the Ogres get completely folded over there. Is it a triple cap situation? I think it is. I mean, I think we could just kind of hang out on one objective, but I think we should keep fighting here, probably for now. We do have the Bloodletter Summon, so that's going to be awesome. Get in there, drop the Sword of Corn here. Oh, that's going to be... Oh, shit. I'm going to just sword my own units. He just moved right as I did that. That's really unfortunate. Well, it is what it is. It's still... Okay, that was still really good. It killed a bunch of Pigbacks and Noblars. Great. So, yeah, I think I can win on just one objective here. We need to unsummon you, and we need to unsummon you, get you back in the pool. So let's get you out of here. I feel like that doesn't always work, that one. Yeah, let's just Helm's Deep on this point, see what we can get done here. I don't have a whole lot. He's got a lot of capture weight coming, and a lot of bulls on parade. I feel like I was winning the trading, but I guess he's doing better than it would appear. All right, let's get on the Saber Tusks. We do have Marauders here, so we're going to get you guys in, park you guys back there. You guys can head this way, and we still have good fighting in the middle, so there is a chance we could potentially steal that as well. All right, so Horseman for the Horseman God. It's all we can really call in right now because we don't have too many options. Hopefully the Marauders will get it done. We do win the Air Force fight, I believe. Those Blood Vultures are negative leadership, so they're going to run. Now let's go switch over here and just hope Skulltaker can be a menace and win this, right? That's basically what we got going on. All right. So Cultists in the middle and some Marauders still chewing. Skulltaker is bullying these guys, and he does manage to keep his Lead Belchers online, but yeah, I think we're okay. 1 and 2. Get you guys back, and that should be in 3 as well. All right, so we need to keep these Horsemen online and probably reclaim an objective somewhere. This one is actually in flux, and we could send the 2 Cultists out there to go kind of secure that one for now. Forced back a little bit by the Vultures. Very, very nice play there. And, yeah, I don't know. I think he's going to get this. He might be able to bully us on the points, although we will see. We will see. I'm going to continue kiting here. Let's get these 2 over there. And I think we flip to the other side and try and play that. So let's get you here. Flip to the other side. Skulltaker is just going to keep grinding there against the Maneaters. And we're going to just roll all the way down here and hopefully be able to ninja that objective. And, man, but he's getting, like, I have this point. It is a triple cap right now, but by the time I get his other objective, it might not be. So that's my concern. He does have the Piggyback Knights, a lot of really raggedy Ogre units on the battlefield. Let's get these Marauders up here and see what they can do. And we're going to kind of keep scrapping for it. Iron Guts are coming. Is there any way that Skulltaker can win this fight? I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, so we're going to need to get Fleshhounds in here quick. Let's get the Cultists on the objective. Those are Pigback Knights. I don't want to charge them because they're pretty nasty. And he doesn't even have healing. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised. But he's looking raggedy. This game could still pull back. I think we just leave Skulltaker over here to fight this fight. And we're going to bring double Korngor over here. So that's going to be another Korngor. So Korngor gets on the objective. We keep circling here. Because, like, we're kind of, like, loosely threatening every objective a little bit, right? Which is nice. Those Pigbacks are going to break. Cultist is there. Iron Guts are going to give him the biz, probably. Let's charge in there, see if we can break those guys, their leadership. And on this side, I think I'm going to call in a homie to help Skulltaker out. So yeah, now he wins on the objective. So I need to get another one, which is not going to be easy. But here, we should be able to get this. Let's get you guys over there. We do see the Saber Chest packs coming in. We could probably charge these Ogre Bulls real quick and get them off the objective. You guys fight that. Are those Ogre Bulls going to break? They do take a lot of damage, but not quite as much as I would like. Skulltaker is still, putting in some work over here. Let's go ahead and get a Korngor and get them up here to see if we can get that objective. We do manage to break those guys off. Now we're going to get back on the point, and we do have another infantry unit coming in, so Saber Chest pack there. Good Flock of Doom, really, really nice. That is going to get us back on the board, which is going to be clutch, but is it going to be enough? Sword of Corn? Yeah, these dogs are a problem here. Saber Chests are going to rip our shit up, and we need to get you out there to contest that point. So we do countercharge the Saber Tusks. We break them. We have Korngors arriving, and we need to get them in front, pull back. And that point is going to go to us. In the meantime, I'm hoping that we will be able to potentially wrestle this one. So Skull Taker's putting in work. Let's go ahead and hit this. And yeah, we just need to stabilize on this point. Not going to be easy, but we do have a threat on multiple objectives. It's going to be very, very close now. And the Halberds have intercepted another Saber Tusk. So we could probably honestly turn around and fight them. And over here, I think we just get the dogs because they have capture weight and they can help tear through these guys. Skull Taker's going to come and break them. And we do start to do okay on this point. One unit of Korngors does get worn down. Ooh, it's close. We might have the sustained grind we need to get these objectives, but it's getting really, really tight. It's getting really, really tight. Yeah, these guys need to keep fighting here. We're going to rotate around. You guys come down there. And can we get through and get on this point? That is the question. That is the question. Going to be a Fury with our next call-in. More importantly, we need to like win the fighting on this objective, you know? We need to like win the fighting. Okay, so let's get you in there, Skull Taker and company. Do break through the lines, so let's get you guys up. And next in, it has to be a Fury. That's the only thing that can get there fast enough to make a difference. So we're going to get a Fury down here. He's going to come. We do steal this outside objective. Oh, man. This is tight. This is really close. Korngors, carry me into the sunset, man. Carry me into the sunset. These Khorne Marauder Horsemen are actually the ones doing most of the heavy lifting, though. All right, so we are starting to steal this objective. He does have a couple capture weight units there. Furies need to get over there and help clean some shit out. Let's go see if we can steal the middle real quick. I think we have to take chances. And what we can do is we can call in a dog to try and support that point. We got to take chances. Because I don't know if we're getting it quick enough here. That's the problem. So we're going to get you guys under the Noblars. And maybe we get it. I don't know. Let's roll. Capture weight's going there. Can we call in anything fast in the middle? We can. Out there, we are starting to get the capture weight, so that's really clutch. So these guys are getting folded up. We can do a Sword of Khorne here. I don't know. I think we just focus on grabbing the middle. And we can, of course, charge these guys. I think the Horn's actually going to be better here. Yeah, so that'll help us win that fight. All right, so as it stands, are we holding on to the outside here? It's a little cagey, so we're going to need to get some fast boys over there that have some capture weight. So let's get dogs. Get them over there to help out. The middle objective is coming into our favor. And we do manage to get this outside point as well. Holy shit. Oh, my God, we're just barely... I wish this was the semifinals, because I don't know if I could do this again. Oh, look how close it is. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Let's do Relentless Rage. We're just going to pop all the abilities. Like everything we possibly can. Holy shit, man. Okay, it looks like we're going to get this objective. We're going to get his Lord off too. We do get that one. We get the middle as well. We got the triple cap. Do we have the triple cap? I think we do. All right, so that's good. Holy shit, man. Oh, we got it. Holy shit, we won that game. Let's freaking go, baby. Still got it. Old and crusty, but still going strong. All right. Oh, there we go. That was some shit. All right, that was a really, really tight one. Damn, dude. We'll do 3 Gs for that one. Okay, so now we're going to the semifinals. We're undefeated in the rounds of regulation, but remember, I am the gatekeeper. So now this is where I lose in the semis. Skull Taker is such a good character. It like doesn't matter. He's just so overtuned, I feel. Wrathmongers didn't do that good, though, because he had all these freaking Golg's Maneater guys, and look at the value they got. This one got like 2,000 and shit. That was crazy. All right, guys. Well played. So, yeah, breaking down the value here. Skull Taker got 24. Korngors, of course, usually perform well. I really liked the Fleshhounds in the beginning. I felt like they gave me a lot of utility. And, yeah, so we had the Maneaters. Leadbelcher was a menace at 2,300. I'm very lucky he didn't bring more than one. Yeah, great game. GG, well played. All right. Let's get it. And we're going to figure it out. Let's report that. Say GG to our opponent. All right, checking here, seeing if there's any drops. Okay. So we do have some adminning to do here. The Golg's Maneaters are overtuned, really. I'm not like, who uses them? I rarely see them. All right, so what do we got here? So his opponent didn't show, so we're going to drop him. The last push for the middle was, yeah. I would have lost without the triple cap, right? We needed it. But he didn't have anything there, so that made sense. Khorne is strong, man. They feel like a really good faction. Who needs magic, you know? Just strong units. Scrambled Egg Special is playing Ogre Kingdoms there. Ogres are an S tier faction too, so beating Ogres is always good. All right. Khorne feels really good. Yeah, they feel strong, Ent. They feel strong. Did you use them in the tournament at all, or they weren't in your repertoire? All right, so it's going to be Blood Penguin, Space Pope, and Maximillionaire reaching the top 4. All right, so we have a very clean top 4 here today. Let me show you guys what's cooking, and hopefully I get vampire counts. All right, so where's it going to be? So let's go down here to the page. So undefeated here, we got Blood Penguin, Space Pope, and Maximillionaire, and that's going to be our top 4 here. So we have Khorne, Ogre Kingdoms. I don't know what these are playing. I assume Max is playing vampires, so that's going to be my guess. Not a single Khorne pick or ban in your tourney run. Got it. I thought you might have played them once, but I saw you on vampire counts, which was cool. Okay, and let's do it. Advance to top 4. The hate is flowing, man. It is flowing tonight. Okay. Khorne's pretty hateful, right? Or is it just angry? They don't necessarily hate you. It's just like, just angry. All right. So we got top 4. It's going to be Maximillionaire versus me. And then we got Space Pope versus Scrambled Egg Special. All right. So let's do it. We're going to be playing Max. I still don't know Khorne super well, but I think I have a rough idea of what to do here. It also depends on the map very heavily. Maximillionaire, so there he is. We're up G. Let's do it. The Sword of Khorne isn't magic, that's right. It's actually Khorne just throwing his sword from the warp, which is a realm that is pretty much entirely magic, right? Yeah, so. Okay, so what do we got here? Road to Talabheim, Valley of Lies, and Decrepit Moor. Cool. So we got this. The pick and bans are going to be what? Max is going to ban first. You ban first. So he is running vampire counts. Cool. That is going to be fun. What's a faction that you've never won a tournament with, Anticity? What's one that you haven't won with? Like, what would be the forbidden sauce? What do you think would be the hardest faction to win a tournament with? Okay, so we got him here. Let's go ahead and get our army blocker up. Valley, he wants to look at the maps. Okay, Valley Lies. Okay, so we got Road to Talabheim, Valley of Lies, and Decrepit Moor. Those are all fine maps. Skaven are pretty hard to win with. They are, especially against good players. So he's banning Moor, so we will play the Valley of Lies, I think. Decrepit Moor, Valley of Lies. Okay, let's... Yeah, and then Decrepit Moor is a classic one, of course. So we're going to play the Valley. Okay, so there we go. And let me see what we're going to do. Got to scheme up some business here. So this is going to be the Lord choice. Yes and yes. Looks fine. And then how else do we want to play this? Crazy Skaven. I know Anticity is going to win with like a Mass Eshin build or some shit. It's going to be bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Yes. Scarbrand was pretty cool, although he kind of got low. I feel like I would have lost that last game if my opponent had really focused Scarbrand. So that makes me a little bit nervous to try that. Okay. Okay. And then aside from this, we're going to bring you guys out. I can actually take some of these. And is there any way I can save a tiny bit of money? Yes, we could do that and get this. Okay. Who let the dogs out? Woof, woof. Perhaps us. Choices. Valkia is very good against vampires. She is. I'd love for you to play more campaigns co-ops. Yeah, I think I might get back into some campaign stuff. We could do that. We could like do campaigns as the videos on the channel, and then we could live stream everything, all the multiplayer stuff. I don't know. Chad Brand is very fun, though. He is. Okay, and yes, and yes. I think Fleshhounds were pretty good in our previous matchups, giving us that mobile utility we need. And Furies are also good because they help you control the skies, and you could use them to kill zombies and shit really effectively. Red Olgor or bust? Oh, Red Olgor, dude. Let's freaking go. Okay, so we're going to get you guys in reserve. And you have won a tournament with Skaven, though, right? At some point or other, I'm pretty sure I've seen that. I don't think I'm crazy. I think you have. The Skull Cannon was pretty good for me last game. It was definitely a nicer ass piece for poking and keeping him honest, but yeah, we'll see. My concern is if I go meta, what I've seen be meta, he probably will know exactly what it is and will counter it to the best of his abilities, and it'll still be hard. Red Olgor. Red Olgor actually does have healing, but you can't bring Red Olgor unless you play Demons of Chaos. You played Queek today, right? Didn't you? Weren't you playing? I think I was out and about today, but I tuned into your stream for a second on my phone. And I think was it Queek? Was today or was that yesterday? Yeah, I can't remember. I cannot remember. Oh, Bloodwake Berserkers. They're not Bloodwake Berserkers, but the Knights of the Brazen Throne would be super Chad, but they're probably really vulnerable against like Cryptors and things like that, right? Yeah, probably gonna have a bad time. All right, so I think we do want Khorne Gors because they're just really, really solid menacing units. And Forsaken, I really have been enjoying Forsaken lately. I feel like they're one of the better infantry units in the game, to be honest. Yeah, cut you, and then we can get another one of these. Do it. Let's get the Hounds of the Blood Hunts. I think are good, and we get a dual weapon boy. Call it a frickin' day. All right, good luck, have fun. I don't know, maybe my previous build was better. But I think he was watching the stream, so I think he might have seen my build. So I switched it up, which for better or for worse. Just do the old man podcast when you play the campaign, yeah. I would probably, if I were to do campaigns, I would just edit them and like have them be very, very abridged. But there's so many good people out there who do campaign, you know. I feel like I'm terrible at campaign. I don't know anything anymore. I don't know any of the mechanics or anything. You did win with Skaven, okay. So this is the Valley of Lies. Each of us do have a home objective. And we're just going to be annoying. He's going to have probably the exact same build we played earlier. Gondola is a very good Vampire Count player too, and we did win that. But that was with Chad Brand. You know, Chad Brand was kind of carried that game for us. 4,000 value, rampaging the Lord, killing it. You know, that was pretty big. Yeah, Lionheart is still around. He's still doing stuff. Cormac, yeah, he is. This turn ever use Slaughter Guard? I do, but I was a little bit nervous about doing it against the Zombie Dragon Breath attack, so I did not do it this time. This map has some pretty funny Vanguard, actually. All right. You can go back here, and we're going to go ahead and get you and you. So we got double Wrathmonger. We got Homeboy here. And let the games begin. Ah, Chris, yeah, that one was very fun. The Karl Franz campaign. Yeah, those were good times. I assume he's going to probably do a little something. So I'll wait for him to ready up here. I'm going to wait for him to ready up before I deploy my shit. You place me against Space Pope again, and he dumpstered my Nurgle with demons. Yeah, it's a hard matchup, Snickerdoodle. It is. You weep. I know. It happens to us. Small map. Oh, sort of small. Yeah, sort of small. Okay, I assume he's ready. I'm not sure. The Vanguard locations, yes. Okay, I wish you could communicate with your opponents in game right now. How dare you, boy? How dare you talk shit? I thought you were a homie. You know? Okay. I don't know why he's not reading up here. Let me check. Okay. Oh, he's typing something. Okay. Cool beans, and he is ready. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get you guys in 4. So we're going to do this in 4, and then we're going to deploy. All right, so let's get you guys up to the home objective here. We're going to grab that shit, and then you guys waddle to the middle. Skull Taker's going to go over here, and we can get a Speedy Boy out here in a moment to grab that one. So we need to go get his home objective. He does have double White Kings on foot, I think, coming here. I'm not sure. You are a homie. Good. I'm glad I'm glad you keep it real. That is good. Let's get a Corn Gore coming out here and do this. So we definitely want to steal his home objective. These are mounted White Kings? Oh shit, yeah. Okay, throwing axes will actually be good against them then. So we want to do this. Let's get you guys in the middle, and we're gonna just kind of keep farming them a little bit. Yeah, perfect. So we get you here, and do we get that objective? We do. As long as we get the objective, we're chilling. All right. So Wrathmongers are coming, Horsemen are feasting, and yeah, we'll just keep farming value on these guys. So get that. Keep farming those guys. Thankfully, they're chasing me off the objective, which is great. So we can send a doggy over here to maintain capture weight if we want to. Yeah, but a lot of damage on those White Kings there, so I'm not unhappy about that. A lot of ammunition used too, though, so maybe it's a win for my opponent in a way. But we want to keep him from getting that objective comfortably, right? We want to do that. So we're going to go try and maybe take the Wrathmongers to his back objective and fight back here. And just stuff him and then win on points is kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, so keep throwing axing these bad boys down. We do have the doggies nearby. The dogs can go in and attack some zombies, just kind of keep them honest. One of his characters actually almost already dead. Let's get another Corn Gore coming. Sorry about the lag, guys. It's happening a little bit here. Okay, so can we get him up to the point? We do manage to get one guy down very, very low here. And yeah, we're going to keep hunting here. Get the Wrathmongers up on the point. Get them up on the point. Get these Furies nearby. And continue harrying and causing havoc. I don't know if we're going to be able to actually get this. He does have the Graveguard with great weapons, so I think we just run away now. Let's get Skulltaker here, and let's take the ammunition off so we don't waste anymore. We're going to keep a Corn Gore nearby here just to be annoying, and great. So now we retreat. We have a decent little points lead, nothing crazy. He does have a lot of Graveguard great weapons to counter the Wrathmongers, and we do see some cavalry. Those are actually Blood Knights. Okay, so Blood Knights are kind of cool. We got a Corn Gore on the back objective. He could call in a Smeagol at some point if he wants to, so we're going to keep running away with you, seeing if he wants to maybe get a breath attack or something. And these Wrathmongers are going to take like 10 years to kill, so we got to just, bank for that. A zombie summon, thankfully, was kind of wasted. So we were able to waste that. And as far as reinforcements go, I think I'm going to save up for some heavy hitters, like some Chosen of Khorne. And we're going to go from there. So Skulltaker's nearby. Let's get our horsemen over here. We can kind of tease in there with you. Who let the dogs out? We got the doggies. The dogs are just there for capture weight. So that's pretty much it. Blood Knights are going to pull back. Skulltaker's going to go farm some zombies. We're going to move you guys into tease as if we're going for it, and he is getting Skeleton Spearmen. So Chosen of Khorne are going to be our next call-in for sure. They're going to come right here. So Skulltaker, he does have his build-up item, I think. I did bring the Cloak of Skulls. Yeah, for the armor, which is going to be nice. And we need to retreat you guys again. Although he is attacking with frickin' the White Kings, which are very injured. What spells does he have, by the way? Gaze of Dagash, some other goodies, and we're going to farm some skulls off those guys. All right, so coming out. Let's get the Chosen of Khorne on the way over. There they go. All right, so we're just farming a little bit, and we can turn around and fight there. I'm actually happy to take that fight. Skulltaker can do this, and yeah, Halberds will trade pretty well into these mounted White Kings. We're going to take Homie over there, and then we can get the Horsemen to come escort, and we're going to be very cautious with the ammunition, right? That is going to be the play. All right, so are we going to be able to kill one of these White Kings? That would be huge, actually, to drag them down this early. And we do get in there, and one White King is kind of close to death, but the breath attack was good, but look, that wasn't a Chosen. So for me, I feel like that's a bit of a win. And Skulltaker might be able to get the KO on the White King, although I don't think so. We might need to just run. All right, so down this way we go. We're going to flee out here, but any fighting we can get that isn't taking place like on the objectives is a big win for us, I think. Skulltaker is taking some damage, but he's just being an annoying distraction Carnifex. The zombie summon's going to be gone in a couple seconds anyway, so we're not stressing that. And we could turn and fight, although it's a little bit dodgy. Yeah, let's turn for a second. No, we don't want to use that ammo there. Save your ammunition, boys. Chosen of Khorne are heading there. Fury's lurking in the back. And yeah, we managed to get him over there. We can move into these. We have plenty of ammo left, and another Chosen of Khorne is going to be here soon. So we got him pinned, and he's being very, very cautious here. Skulltaker's getting in and just being annoying in general. And these are two Graveguard great weapons. All right, so we're going to get Skulltaker in on those guys. We're going to throw at the Vampire Lord up there. Going to call you Furies in the back, and it looks like he is going to drop a zombie summon. So Wrathmongers retreat, retreat, retreat. And we do manage to get some decent DACA on them, and we're just going to use a random Fury to like go after a Skeleton Spear. Look at the damage we just did there, by the way. That was beautiful. That was really, really good. All right, so Skulltaker's farming the Graveguard great weapons. Furies are just going to be feasting on some Skeleton Spearmen over there. We just run away. It's just like basically just a distraction. Yeah, Graveguard are getting it. Let's park you guys over here, and we can go and throw at you guys. We're going to get another Chosen of Khorne to go for that. In the meantime, though, it's going pretty good. I would say we're in a good position. We're in a good position. Sorry about the lag, by the way. Okay. So that's some sort of witchcraft. It's a breath attack. The Skull Taker is doing a ton of work here. Really wearing down his good quality units. And now it might be time to advance up and get in there. So we're going to get you guys in there as well, and throw at you. See if Skull Taker can weasel away. He's obscenely tanky, so I think we're okay. So we're going to put Fire at Will on now and just protect Skull Taker and hope for the best. All right, so we do have a Chosen. Let's get the Chosen to start working on zombies. Every throwing weapon needs to go right here, and we can turn and fight him. So we're going to see what kind of demolish he takes. Hopefully it's a lot. Okay, a lot of throwing axes on the Lord there. A whole bunch. Dogs can come in and help. My guy is a little bit surrounded, so let's see if I can weasel him out there. Yeah, nice. We're going to go in guard mode here, and we're going to get out. So now we have all of our elites fighting in there, which is pretty nice. And the Furies, we can use them to just rip apart these guys. And I actually like the idea of using Furies to just like go after zombies and skeletons on the field, just to remove his comfort on the objectives. Skull Taker, though, is still very much alive. And we do have our elites fighting now. We have another Chosen of Khorne on the way. Somehow he has capture weight, which is nuts. I don't know how that's possible. I feel like we have so much more than him here, but could be wrong. All right, so let's get in there. We got Furies ripping it up. Fury's going to rip these guys up, and then we can maneuver to that objective and try and steal it. And I think we have a Khorngor back here hanging out too. So that is good. All right, so how are the Wrathmongers doing? They're actually kind of losing their fights. Clearly, my opponent knows how to play this matchup. Let's get in there, go after you, pull you back here. And, oh, he did get some cavalry over there, the remnants of the Blood Knights. Okay, so we need to run away there. That's not going to be good. So the enemy Lord does take the bad attack angle, so maybe we can get the kill on this guy. Do some solid damage. The Chosen of Khorne are still pretty girthy, sitting in good shape here as they do arrive there. Enemy Lord able to do his thing. We are 600 points. And, yeah, what can we split push with? We could take some Forsaken over there, actually. That's going to be nice. We need to start buttering up that objective in case we lose this grind here, which we very well could, right? Very, very well could. All right, so pulling out this way. And what do we got? Yeah, Wrathmongers are doing it. I mean, they are chopping through a lot, but they also are getting karate chopped themselves. So we are going to lose this objective, right? We are going to lose it. Skull Taker's just going to heal and farm over here. Let's take Fire at Will off. Fury's going to move in. Forsaken going to move in. And I mean, I could attack his Lord here. I'm not sure if we want to. These Chosen need to pull back, and these Chosen can just kind of safely fight in the back. These are Blood Knights, yeah. So what do we have fighting them right here? I think a dog unit or something. Okay. Let's get the throwing weapons there. Keep Homeboy doing this. Let's get the Khorngors moving. Definitely need to split push this side a little bit if we can. Looking good. Yeah, getting a lot of damage into the Blood Knights. My opponent's playing really well. He's a Vampire Count main, so he knows what he's doing in this matchup, even though it's a hard one for him. He's doing a really good job. All right. So get back. Have you guys get into the Blood Knights there. And the Forsaken are going to get up on the point there. Are these the Sword and Board Blood Knights? Oh, shit. That's really cool. So let's get the Hounds of the Blood Hunt to come over and fight them and help out a little bit. That's going to be nice. Oh, he's using the Sword and Board Blood Knights against me. Isn't that cool? It's pretty heavy metal. Yeah, Khorngor is able to tar pit these Blood Knights a little bit. Chosen of Khorne still hanging out. We are able to run some of these guys down. Wrathmongers are trying their best, but, you know, easier said than done. You keep doing your thing. We do have these Chosen on the objective. We're going to move you guys around and see what we can do. So we're going to go after these Cryptors here. He has no more Dissension. Hound to the Blood Hunt. Oh, they didn't obey my orders. Bad doggies. Clearly, I didn't click it enough. You know, there was some witchcraft there for sure. All right. So Chosen of Khorne are still lurking. He's got a lot here. We're going to keep kind of going after him here. The White King is coming out to fight, so I'm happy to actually try and get a snipe on the White King there. Khorngors have gotten in. Let's get the Chosen of Khorne to attack there. And we do have the Sword of Khorne as well. So can we win this fight here? It feels a little bit dodgy. We need to get these White Kings down, though. So we're going to put Fire at Will on. See if we can take down one of the homies here. Maybe take these guys over there. Take Fire at Will off now that I'm retreating. And the Hounds of the Blood Hunt have now engaged. Okay, so they are going here. I do have the freaking Sword of Khorne. Could use it on Dire Pack. Probably want to use it on Graveguard. It's going to be the answer. You know, that's going to be the tool here. Yeah, his brick in the middle doesn't feel super strong. Is he stealing my back objective? He is not. So that is safe-ish. We're going to go ahead and get some Forsaken coming up to the middle. Try and take down some of the corpse cards here. Let's get the Hounds of the Blood Hunt back. These Furies can continue doing their thing, but we need to retreat here. So I need to wait and see. That's going to be one corpse cart going down. Still have the Giga Chad Wrathmongers doing their thing, which is great. Skull Taker's getting a little bit low, fighting a lot of units. But the Chosen of Khorne are doing great. So yeah, killing corpse cards here, though, does feel good. So let's get a Fury out here, have it help rip some shit up. Keep on you guys. Retreat back with them. And these Chosen of Khorne can move back into the fight. Skull Taker needs to flee the scene. Ooh, he might be able to kill this White King, though. Let's see if he can. All right, so that's one down. Now let's maneuver this way. Skulltaker needs to finish off that damn White King. And we do manage to get these guys alive. Okay, so do we have any way of ratting back in this game? I feel like I'm very, very far behind here, but I could be wrong. Okay, Skulltaker has gotten one White King down, I think. I'm not sure. A couple Forsaken gonna run in there, and where can we go? Those are the Dire Pack. Okay, so Dire Pack's gonna be hunting me. And where do we go from here? I don't know. Don't know what I'm doing. Let's get you guys to fight the Dire Pack here, and we can countercharge them there as well. It's going to be a nice pick for us. Skulltaker is feasting, and we need to get him here. And now I think it's a time for a Sword of Corn right there, just to deal with the Graveguard. So the Dire Pack just got wrecked, and we are threatening the middle objective. Let's get some Corn Gores out. Sword of Corn, pretty MLG there, killing one of the Graveguard units. So let's retreat, get you guys back, and we still have this big capture weight blob, right? Do we have any Chosen still fighting? I don't know if we do. All right, so let's get you guys on that point. And we want to use the last of our ammunition to try and save our Lord from dying to his Lord, right? That's got to be the play. All right, so who let the dogs out? Maybe I did. We're going to go get the doggies onto the Cryptors here. And the Skulltaker is going to be trying to get away, but he's being hunted very, very heavily here. So we need to get one of these guys to go dive in there. See if we can save him. Get back. And will he live? Find out on today's episode. 185 HP. Oh, he's trapped by something. Okay, my Lord is officially dead, so that is not good at all. We are up on points. Maybe going to be able to threaten a ninja on the other side. I don't know. Pretty cool to see the shielded Blood Knights, though. That's very different, yeah. So my previous build would have been better than this build we brought. I should have just stuck with my guns, but you know, that's what these streams are about. It's about learning and shit, so. We're going to try and ninja the other side objective with a bunch of Fleshhounds, see if we can get that one. And what do we still have fighting in the middle? Not a whole lot. His army's raggedy, but I mean, he's still got his Lord and shit, you know? That's going to be very good. All right, so keep fighting. Yeah, Giga Chad Chosen still fighting. That's right. Forsaken, you know, trading very, very well. Do we want to try something on the middle? I think just rotating up here and maybe harrying and attacking with these guys. Those Marauders just straight up running at full health is pretty funny. And do we have Sword of Corn? We do not. All right, so those guys are getting chased off. Those guys are getting chased off as well. We do have the capture weight here. Let's put a little bit of pressure into them, into the ghouls. But I think he's got it. All right. What do we got here? Yeah, doggies have arrived, but he's got a lot of stuff coming now, so we're going to need to retreat back. Do I resummon Skulltaker? I mean, we have a little bit of time in this game, but not a whole lot. The Wrathmongers were really disappointing for me, though. My previous build with Scarbrand was way stronger, I think, earlier today. What do we got? What do we got? Do we want to do some Furies? I don't even know what we could possibly do here. I feel like it's just over at this point. I mean, the value's close, but he's a healing faction, so it's really, really not in our favor here. Okay, back we go. Let's get you guys grinding. I could save up for my Lord and try and do like another push again. Maybe a little bit of cycle charging here probably wouldn't be a terrible idea. So cycle charge and cycle charge. We can call it a Fury if we want to. Skulltaker is going to be a little while, and he's expensive, so. Yeah, so pull back. So you can see this is where my lack of knowledge is showing, because he has a very good counter build and in a matchup that's favored for me, and I'm not sure what to do against it. Need 2 points now. It's tricky. It is very tricky. Yeah, we do get a little cute charge there, but nothing terribly impressive. Let's retreat here. I mean, I could call in another Wrathmonger if we want to. I think a Fury to counter the Dire Pack is going to be nice. So we'll get you guys back, and the Marauders are fighting. A couple dogs sitting on the wings. They're just going to wait over here. Let's get those Forsaken fighting here. And these guys are arriving, so now we can countercharge them and wreck them pretty bad, although I think I need to save for a Sword of Corn. So these are Corn Gores. They should beat those Graveguard in their very beleaguered state. They should. Dire Pack is getting wrecked. On the other side, what do I call in? Marauders over here? Do I have anything that could possibly wrestle this amount of units off the objective? We do get a zombie summon, and I think maybe the dogs could fight a Cryptor, maybe. All right, so Dire Pack is dead. He does manage to get the objectives. And I do have the Sword of Corn. Does he have any good infantry over there? Not really. So we got to just play full Goblin mode here, guys. Full Goblin mode. All right, Dual Weapon Warrior. Did I have the right point clicked? I did. Okay, great. So they're going to run over here. I have Sword of Corn, but nothing to really use it on. He's got the scary Count Chocula, which is looking very, very strong. Corngore is fighting Blood Knights, which is, yeah, maybe I can catch him with the Sword of Corn. We'll see if he's paying attention. Oh my god, right as I look, he does it. That's just luck. That's very unfortunate for me. Yeah, and I just Sword of Corn my own unit. Oh, not that it matters. He still wins. GG to him, though. Great game, dude. He deserved it. Earned a spot in the grand finals. What a Chad. I think we're cooked. Well played. So I think the original build, like the kiting, Scarbrand, like alpha striking side objectives would have been way better. Yeah, GG, well played. All right, so let me get the finals lobby set up. Well played to him. And we are going to be seeing who is going to be winning today's tournament. So Turin finals. Scarbrand was needed there. We needed Chadbrand, dude. We forsook Scarbrand and we paid the price. Okay, so let's invite players here. Let's go there. You tried Norska? All right, get in here. Finals, and now let us see what is going on. So has the other side concluded? No. So Blood Penguin and Space Pope are battling it out. So the Ogre Kingdoms player and I don't know what Space Pope is actually playing. So it could be Ogres versus Vampires in the Grand Finals. It could be. Yeah, they wrecked. He said that was his first time trying the new Blood Knights here, and honestly, I think that's what carried him in that matchup. The new Blood Knights were so good. We're in the Grand Finals now, so it's going to be Vampire Counts. I got to the semis, and then I got eliminated. The Sword and Board Blood Knights were just putting in work. Really, really solid. It's cool to see a new unit performing well, like a balanced unit, because they're not OP or anything. Okay, so we got Blood Penguin. Ogres versus... So Blood Penguin is the player I defeated. He's going to be on Ogres. And let's see. Demons of Chaos. Yes, finals right now. Let me know map. Cool beans, man. Here we go. Fasten your seatbelts. Get ready to go. Make sure to drop a like if you've been enjoying what you've been seeing on YouTube. Let's have some fun with it. Yeah. Let's have some fun. Let us do it. Do it. No, you don't need to ban. Vampires are very beatable. Yeah, they're good. They're a solid A-tier faction, but they have their downsides. Yeah, the Sword and Board Blood Knights gave him a really nice hammer to go around and deal with a lot, because they're good against a number of things on the roster, right? Like the Sword and Board Blood Knights counter all my mobility more or less, and they're also very good against my infantry corps, like Forsaken and those kind of guys. It's great. So Vampire Counts versus... Oh shit, no, this is Bretonia. Check it out. So it's Ogre. It's Bretonia. He made it. Despite us beating him earlier, he still made it. He pushed through and won the rest of his games. Oh, what a Chad. Bretonia Vampire Grand Finals. It doesn't get better than this. This is so good. For the lady, man. He didn't hear no bell. No, I didn't see Ozzy's final performance. I'll maybe watch that tonight. I'll watch some highlights of it. I know. Sorry, I forgot to check the value. I was so excited about the finals. How would you play against SE Demons as Nurgle? Oh, dude, it's hard. And Nurgle really struggles against Demons of Chaos because they dominate you in the skies and then they get Changebringers and you're just like, help me out, a kid. I'm too weak. Don't sleep on Bretonia, boy. Do not. You know, it could be some forbidden sauce. I love seeing the Shielded Blood Knights. That was so cool. Okay, you're rooting for Penguin now? Yeah. You kind of... The underdog factions always call, you know? Yeah, Vampire Counts are probably favored here, I would say. But I'm telling you, Penguin, when he plays well, he's really, really on point with Bretonia, man. He's a menace. Okay. And here we go. So players are doing their map pick and bans now, and then as soon as they're done with that, they're going to let me know what those are going to be. Penguin is going to be on, let me know map when done. Great. And we will figure out what it's going to be. No, Bretonia can beat Vampire Counts, boy. They for sure can. Green Knight is a menace, dude. He bullies the White Kings. Like, if you have Green Knight chasing around the White Kings, he'll kill them. It takes time, but he will over time. You're right. They changed it to, yeah. Yeah, give us Blood Knight versus Grail Knight. That's what we're all here for. Okay, we're going to be on the Dusted Steppe. It's going to be the map. A map that is pretty neutral for these guys, honestly. Plenty of open space for the archers if they want to, and we will see. Fire archers aren't bad. Yeah, Bretonia requires a lot of micro to play. They're very, very taxing. They do indeed. Why does Zinch get to decide if your Lord lives? What? Zinch is pretty good at Lord sniping. They are. They certainly are. Okay. Vampire Counts versus Bretonia. And now I'm going to go grab some water while we wait. Thank you guys all for joining. And we will carry on our wayward sons. BRB, one sec. All right, team, I'm back. What's going on? Did I miss anything? I don't think so. Looks like they're still building their armies. Ooh, vampire counts are ready. It's always a little bit of a flex when you finish before your opponent on the army build. Puts the fear in them, you know, the healthy respect. Yeah, all right. If you made it to the finals playing Bretonia, he definitely has a chance. Exactly. Yeah, he beat some good players today. He absolutely did. I think Green Knight. Yeah, Green Knight is good in like every matchup, honestly. He's such a menace. Just like in tabletop. I don't know if they nerfed him. Hopefully they did. Green Knight is so stupid in tabletop. I am sad that I didn't get to see your Nurgle in here. It is hard. It is admittedly very hard to win a tournament with Nurgle. Nurgle, I think, is... Nurgle and Skaven might be the two hardest factions in the game to win tournaments with, if just playing only them, I think. Like, who is harder, right? I mean, maybe Grand Cathay, too. Grand Cathay also, yeah. Okay, Nurgle, Grand Cathay, and Skaven. Waka Waka, our great map maker, legend. He says, I think I'll be able to drop 4 new maps tomorrow. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. That's going to be fun. Yeah, I am not going to be around tomorrow, but I will play a tournament with them maybe the next day. Tomorrow we got some stuff going on. So yes. And here we go, grand finals for the lady. It's going to be Bretonia versus Vampire Counts here. Oh, okay, hold on. He wanted to change his banner. Okay, he's changing his banner. I'll play Nurgle soon. Nurgle, the last tournament I won was with Nurgle, actually. Yeah. They scrapped it. All right, guys. It's going to be the Von Karstein Lord with the Storm of the Night to try and lock down flying units versus the Fey Enchantress Double Paladin Grail Knight. Oh, okay, we got one half of the formula. We have the Grail Knight, but where are the Blood Knights? Where are the Knights of Red Keep? I do not know, my friends. I do not know. But the Fey Enchantress, their creepy stare over there, is ready. And let's break it down and let's have some fun. All right, guys. GLHF. It is the Dusted Steppe. It is an Itza-style map, which means you have 3 objectives right down the middle, which are going to be getting contested. And so begins the greatest battle of our time. I'm going to be rewatching the Lord of the Rings this coming weekend. It's going to be super fun. Painting some Lord of the Rings miniatures and, watching some evil scheming go down. Okay, Plague Penguin still loading in here. Hopefully we don't have too much lag. I know there was a little bit of lag in the last game we had, but we will see if it subsides here. Hopefully not too bad. Going to be downloading Tempest Rising in the next couple days and doing a stream of that as well. I think that'll be very fun. I haven't played it yet. How many of you guys have played the Tempest Rising game? And if so, how do you guys feel about it? Was it fun? Was it very difficult to learn? Was the systems rather simplistic? I'd be curious to hear what you guys have to say about it. So, all right, Plague Penguin still loading. His computer fighting tooth and nail to get into this game. What's the over-under? I don't think it's going to be like that, boy. I think it'll be at most like a 2-to-1 objective game. I don't think either player is going to get a triple cap on the other until the late game when the game is being more contested. But yeah, I don't know. Bretonia you can't really afford to yield objectives to vampire counts for too long because they're so sticky and hard to get off points. So I think you have to kind of karate chop and fight for one at least. All right, so just checking messages here. All's good. Yeah, Bretonia taking a quick tea break. I don't think Bretonia would be big on tea drinking. They would be more like wine, right? They would have like sips of wine and whatnot. So Scott saying that you played Tempest Rising. It's just missing the X factor for me. Not sure why. Okay. Age of Empires is still better. Yeah, I love Age of Empires 4. Frost appearing in the shadows and saying they're French after all. That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's break it down. Let's have some fun. And let's see what's cooking. It is going to be a Terror Goose. So right now it does look like Maximilianaire wants to dominate the sky. So he's going to be using a Goose to do so with the Von Karstein Lord, who is going to be bringing the Storm of the Night. So if Bretonia does bring any flying units, you are going to be able to punish them. Flock of Doom, Raise Dead, and Invocation, very standard. Zombies, Skeletons, double Corpse Cart, double White King. Basically, the White Kings are the carry for the vampire counts. If you removed White Kings from that roster, oh my god, would they suffer. They would suffer so freaking bad. Now, for the rest of the army here, it is going to be Mounted Yeoman Archers. And there are going to be 4 of those bad boys. And so very, very nice to grab objectives. They're not like amazing DPS or anything, but getting them up and getting the objectives quickly against vampire counts is incredibly clutch. The rest of the army is going to be Spearmen at Arms with Grail Reliques to provide leadership. And in the back, we have a Grail Knight as well as Fey Enchantress and Double Paladin. So Fey is quite good. She can clear out armies really well using Dwellers Below and Chalice of Potions and her Mortis Engine effect. And she does also have Double Paladin. So these guys are good hunters, really good at chasing down corpse carts and crypt horrors and all sorts of stuff like that. And we do have the Giga Chad Grail Knights in the back here. So they're going to be back here and they're ready to party. And here they go. Oh, look how freaking cool the Grail Knights are. Sign me the hell up for this. So Vlad is not a bad pick, Novix. He's actually quite strong, but he's not as good as the more meta picks at the higher levels. Granted, you could still win extremely high-level games using Vlad von Karstein, right? Very, very possible. Okay, so Objective 3 going to be going to Bretonnia. Objective 1 as well. Vampires going to be grabbing the middle with their mobility core. The von Karstein Lord is going to be on horseback, eating a couple of shots from the Yeoman Archers. Look, 1 damage is 1 damage. $20 is $20. So he's going to be poking with the Yeoman Archers a little bit. And what's cool about the Yeoman Archers is they have 4 capture weight. So you can just use them to harass the objectives and keep your opponent from capturing things. And it's not going to be bad at all, to be completely honest with you. All right, so Paladin's going to be moving up as well as the Fey Enchantress. And on the back here, we do see the White Kings gathering up on the objective there. So that is going to be going down. But Bretonnia is doing an excellent job from keeping the vampires from capturing this, right? And White Kings versus Paladins. It's an interesting fight, but the Paladins do usually win that because they're anti-large fighters. But I think they're a little bit less HP. So it depends on if there's healing. In a head-up fight, I actually don't know who would win between those two units. Uh-oh, Grail Knight's coming in, and Max is not paying attention. He moves at the last second, but the Grail Knights will probably not get their prize. We are going to be seeing the White Kings getting forced back there, but not before they take a little bit of lance damage. Yeoman Archer is going to be trying to screen out the advancing horde, so zombies and skeletons. This entire brick of units is literally like less than 1,000 gold. Talk about a good deal, right? That's like the cost of like a Chaos Warrior of Khorne with dual weapons. And it can really tarp at an objective and be very, very obnoxious. But Bretonnia is able to get a triple cap on the vampires out of the gates. Nobody's really playing the low ground here. We do see Maximilianaire coming with a ghoul, which is a great call. And there the Grail Knights go. So the Grail Knights charge in. They get a nice amount of shock damage on the Von Chadstein Lord. Breath attack coming in from the Goose in the sky is going to be hitting the Grail Knights right there. So they do get hit pretty good. And in the meantime, Bretonnia looks like it is going to be sending some assets maybe over this way to try and hold this objective. We're going to have to see how that goes. But Spearmen at Arms are gathering up. Yeoman Archers going to be serving as Walmart Archers here. And they're going to be shooting into the Crypt Horrors and or the Corpse Carts. That's what they want to be targeting. And will Bretonnia be able to hold the far side objective? They should be able to. I mean, if they move 2 Spearmen over here with some cavalry, they should be able to clean out that objective. We do have some Fire Archers in the back. So the Fire Arrow is going to be a hard counter against the Crypt Horrors if they can shoot them. And now we do see some ghouls making a play for the outside objective. Now, will Bretonnia call in some fast cavalries, like some Knights Errant, to try and deal with this, or will they yield that objective? That is the question, ladies and gentlemen. So high ground, it is going to be Grail Knights fighting over the point, engaging versus zombies. And on the backside, another unit of Grail Knights is being called out. Some mass elite cavalry coming out for Bretonnia, which is very, very cool. I'm loving every freaking second of this game, guys. But Bretonnia is holding the middle objective, sacrificing a single peasant mob into the maw of all of the hungry zombies. Far side objective actually is going to be taken by the undead because a little bit of a lapsed play. Plague Penguin needed to move more units onto the objective, even just some yeomen. So he ends up yielding 2 objectives here, which is very, very tough. So we do see the Crypt Ghouls stealing the outside objective as well. As we move back into the epicenter of combat, it is going to be some anti-large fighting. And the Fey Enchantress does actually take a bit of a beating from that Goose right there. So the Goose is loose, and it is going to be tricky. So Grail Knights retreating, that objective does get taken by the Vampire Counts. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Grail Knights do a big rotation over here and try and steal this, and now we do get some cav coming out. So this is a little bit too late. We do see the Knights Errant arriving on the point to try and push off the Crypt Ghouls, but man, they should have been here a couple minutes ago, like a minute ago even, to stop these guys, because now like you're letting the Vampire Counts get these objectives, and that is the worst case scenario you can absolutely have. Looking at the value trading, Plague Penguin is a little bit ahead, but man, something here is getting killed. That Grail Relique is getting cooked. Oh my god. The freaking Terror Goose is just putting in work and killing that thing, and that's really going to buckle the Bretonnian army, seeing their idol really, really getting hammered here. That is going to be nasty. So Bretonnia holding on to the point. The outside objective is going to be held by Count Chocula, and here, oh my god, he missed the charge. So Plague Penguin with a couple blunders here. Definitely needs to get those cav into the Crypt Ghouls and get that charge off. Otherwise, the Ghouls are going to actually trade reasonably well if you don't charge them. So that's going to be a Dweller's Blow. That's going to do some fat damage. And Bretonnia actually has some good grinding potential. So the Earth rises up to reclaim the undead. And it is going to be bashing some of the skeletons and really, really crumbling them down. As the Grail Knights continue hammering through, Vargheists are going to be the call-in for the Vampire Counts to try and deal with the big, heavily armored Grail Knights. And that's a brilliant choice, because Grail Knights can't charge flying units, which means that the Vargheists are always going to be getting the charge on you. So that's very, very good. But Bretonnia manages to anchor on one objective here, and the Grail Knights are going to be turning and fighting. Zombie Summon in the back on top of the Yeoman Archers is great, but the Vargheists could actually struggle here. The Grail Knights might be able to win this 2v1. They're a very elite unit, and yeah, they have a little bit of support nearby. The Spheres could move over and help them. Chalice of Potions attempt from the Fey Enchantress is going to be going down here, and it looks like it is going to be a swing and a miss. It looks like Max mainly dodged it. Grail Knights have engaged in the front and are doing some good grinding. Chalice actually connecting a little bit with some zombie units, so certainly not bad, as the Knights Errant going to be riding over here to help out the Grail Knights, and we are going to see who's going to win this fight. Maybe the Grail Knights can turn it around. There's only a couple of them. They're wavering right now. Leadership looking very low, about 800 value. They do manage to almost kill a Vargheist unit, which isn't bad. But looking at the value, we do see Plague Penguin is out trading the Vampires, but he is losing on objectives, right? The Vampires are pretty rock hard on this objective. The middle is where most of the fighting is taking place. The outside is just really kind of some tertiary fighting and skirmishing and whatnot, nothing too crazy. But we do see the Count Chocula is in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. The Bretonnian Knights with the favor of the Fey Enchantress. Oh shit, Count Chocula is surrounded. He's taking a lot of damage. He's at 1200. I mean, honestly, if the Von Karstein Lord ends up dying, that'd probably be game over. Vampires are a faction that, if they lose their Lord, it's absolutely brutal, man. It's absolutely brutal. All right, so Fey Enchantress trying to get the snipe here. We do see more Grail Knights coming in from the flank, so the Grail Knights are going to be coming from the side and trying to trap in the Von Karstein Lord. And it looks like they do partially succeed, but he's almost out, sitting at 1300 HP, and the Vampires are sending everything into the fight. You can see the Cryptors being sent in, the Vargheists really going to be trying to hold that one down. Meanwhile, on the outside, it is going to be Knights of the Realm. Knights of the Realm! And they do get in there and run down the ghouls, and they should be able to win that fight. With their charge bonus, that should be a pretty decisive fight for them over there. And because Bretonnia needs to get an objective back. It's not going to be long before the Vampire Counts do start to come back on points. So Bretonnia with no Grail Relique is still holding quite well. The Von Karstein Lord was able to get away there. Grail Knights are getting a little bit low. There's only 11 here, but this unit does have 41. So one of the two Grail Knight units is still in very, very good shape. Now to the Yeoman Archer is going to be circling around and looking to probably shoot up in the sky at the Vargheists. And here we have more Knights of the Realm on their way in to help out against all the monsters' threats, because, you know, the Cryptors and the Vargheists, most of what Max is calling in is very weak against the anti-large cavalry. So spamming those guys out isn't going to be bad. Wow, look at the ghouls. Holy shit, they're actually trading very well. I did not expect that. Maybe they didn't get a proper charge. The Knights of the Realm might actually lose that, but no, they should win that. It's going to be closer than I expected, though. I thought it would be decisive, but it's not. Fey Enchantress and Paladins, though, very Giga Chad, getting the Earthbloods and the anti-large attacks from the Paladins, banishing the foul beasts back to the graves from whence they came is quite epic. We do also see the White Kings in there fighting. The White Kings are a little bit beat up. The fight does rage on. A lot of Spearmen at Arms fighting. Yeoman Archer still sitting, providing great fire support. Knights of the Realm getting a good charge into the Vargheists there. Bretonnia holding on to the middle objective and I guess feeling comfortable, thinking that they have a lot of time. Crypt Ghouls are very, very low, and it does look like the Knights of the Realm are going to be pulling back and preparing for a cycle charge. So those guys are going to be getting in and getting a nice charge right there. But now, for the first time, we do see the Vampires actually getting the capture weight advantage on the middle objective. However, that could be countered by just moving some of the Yeomen onto the backside of the objective and keeping that at bay. Unholy Lodestone Corpse Cart is wavering here, but so too are the Paladins, and I think this could be the time of Maximillionaire. Although, look at this, Pegasus Knights being called in. I like this. Pegasus Knights will be a soft counter against the Vargheists. Vargheists will fight back well against them, but at the end, the Pegasus Knights should win that. And they're going to be deciding to dive here, so we'll be going after these and supporting the Chad Grail Knights on the ground. But look at this, guys. We do see Storm of the Night from the Von Chadstein Lord. Really good usage. He was waiting all game with a boner to cast that spell, that's for damn sure. And the Pegasus Knights are going to be afflicted by that, taking considerable damage, but we do see the Vargheists getting back up in the sky, actually. Okay. Outside objective is going to be taken by Bretonnia. They were finally able to wrestle their opponent off that one. Fey Enchantress getting very, very threatened here as her two Paladins, her bodyguards, are wavering and potentially breaking. And we don't see a lot of meat in here for the Bretonnian army. It's mainly just a couple characters, very anemic force here. Knights of the Realm going to be called back in there, and they will be preparing to get a fat charge. We are going to see how that one ends up going. Yeoman Archer is going to be circling around the back, and more cavalry charges are going to be on the way in. So there they come. Knights of the Realm going to be finishing off the ghouls. Bretonnia going to be planting its flag over here on Objective 1, but they need to get another point if they want to win this game. I mean, sure, they're ahead, but barely. You know, they're barely ahead. This is a really, really serious cockfight this game is. Pegasus Knights, despite being afflicted by Storm of the Night, actually did pretty good. They managed to kill a Vargeist unit, so you can't ask for much more. Here we do see some of the Grail Knights trying to escape the legions of Skeleton Spearmen, which of course would drag them down to sustained combat. And the fighting in the middle is going to be beginning again. So we do see the Fey Enchantress and the Paladins and a fresh unit of Knights of the Realm fighting it out. Will the Vampires be outground by the Bretonnians? The filthy Peasant Tide versus the filthy Zombie Tide. It begins. Paladin coming in the back, and honestly, the army here is looking a little bit rough for the Vampires. I mean, they might actually lose this grind over time. I suspect it's just going to be more cav. Yeah, Knights of the Realm all freaking day. And a big surround is coming in. They move from the other objective. The Bretonnian Knights were able to get this side objective, but then they maneuver here, and they are going to be getting a big old charge. Very, very nice. So that's going to hurt that Vampire army. And now we do see the capture weight actually going back to the Bretonnians, as there is a lot of attrition going down here. Fey Enchantress is duking it out with the Vampire Lord. The Vampire Lord's supporting elements like the Cryptors and the White Kings are all looking very, very low. And now we have a Paladin as well as the Fey Enchantress getting in and going after the Von Karstein Lord, who's currently sitting at 1300 HP. He's here in the fight, but there is a Paladin duking it out, and you can see the White Kings are trying to help him as well. But so many Knights of the Realm nearby, as well as the Fey Enchantress in the fight, her Unicorn skewering one of those zombies right there, but I don't know, very tough. Beautiful Flock of Doom, really, really good from Maximilianer. Chalice of Potions coming down, and we get the nice laggy cinematic right there, but it is going to be tagging the Skeleton Spearmen. Not really doing a whole lot, so not the best Chalice of Potions, but yeah, Knights of the Realm doing well, but Skeleton Spear is going to be a big issue. But that Vampire Lord is on his way out, and with that, that's going to be a huge leadership problem, as this objective is getting really close to flipping back to Bretonnia. And if it flips back, will we be able to see the Vampires get it back again? I don't know. 200 HP on the Von Chadstein Lord. Grail Knights are shaken, but fighting tooth and nail to get this objective back. And down goes the Vampire Lord. Count Chocula has paid the troll toll. He overextended a little bit there, pushed very deeply into the Bretonnian side of the objective, and was surrounded. Here we do see some Haggard Spearmen battling zombies. These guys basically having a staring contest. And these guys could actually be very useful. Plague Penguin definitely needs to rally those units back to the middle objective. But Bretonnia does get this one. And objective 1 also belongs to Bretonnia. The Mist of the Lady. Grail Knights with 3,000 value. God damn, I love when Elite Cav do their job. And the Fey Enchantress is also sitting at 3,000 value as well. So the elites of Bretonnia really, really carrying this game. And now we're going to be seeing a lot of crumbling here, most likely, right? We're going to be seeing the White Kings getting killed. The 2 Paladins are getting the job done. They're just bonking down these White Kings. We can see the cinematic slow-mos. You got to love it. Very laggy, but it adds a little bit of slow-mo flavor to us, which is fun. But White King number 1 in critical binding over here. The other one is in critical binding as well. The Goose is going to be landing on the ground to try and help the White Kings, and it's certainly not doing badly. But I think the Goose is going to lose 3v1 to the 2 Paladins and the Fey Enchantress. And you can see that Goose is at negative leadership. The big Knights of the Realm are coming in. Lance's couch for the lady as the brave sons and daughters of Bretonnia battle the foul vampire counts. Very, very epic indeed. And over here on the backside, Fey Enchantress is able to do quite a bit of work there, as we do see the White King is crumbling down. And I think Bretonnia has secured this game. I think they have done it. GG. Probably well to the plate. I don't see any chances for Max to really come back here. With Fey Enchantress being healthy, the double Paladins, the Gooses are also on the brink of death, or the Goose. It's at 4 leadership right now, going to be charging back down there, but I suspect that is going to be the end of the road, as it does get bonked there. Terrified, wavering. Yeah, he'll probably rally. Fey Enchantress might still have some Earthbloods too. Goose sitting at 1400 HP, negative 22 leadership. And the Bretonnian Cavalry are just dispatching most of the threats on the battlefield, although this one's in big trouble. These 2 Knights Errant about to get charged by the Vargeist, but the big problem for Max is that even though the Vargeist will be effective here, they're not going to bring any capture weight, so it might be hard for him to actually get the objectives back. This one's not really being defended too heavily. Zombies being called in. A lot of AFK units here. If these guys, I'm telling you, even like 11 Pegasus Knights would be a huge game changer. They'd be very, very helpful in the fight. Vampires are actually making me eat my words a little bit, grinding this objective back. The Goose is going to be charging back in. Maximilianer really sweating. He really, really wants to win this tournament. And look, I mean, he might still have a chance here. If this objective does flip back, you know, it is certainly anybody's game. So Bretonnian archers shoot again, and Bretonnia is actually in the process of losing this objective. Up here we do have some spears, and I guess I was wrong. I really didn't think that the Vampires had much of a chance here, but the Vargeists and the Corpse Carts still doing work. This Goose also in the 4th quarter, I think might have actually put the game on his back, because the Goose was able to come in and break both Paladins, which were very, very good fighters and were giving a lot of sustainability to the objectives. On the backside here, the remnants of the Grail Knights, all 14 of them actually dispatching these freaking Fellbats super, super hard here, guys. Yeah, Vampires never say die. Might be a little bit hard for Bretonnia to get this objective back. Granted, they do have time. Over here, mainly zombies and skeletons. He does realize that he has some AFK units he can bring in, so the AFK units are going to be on their way back in. And the Pegasus Knight's going to be finally finishing off that goose. If he can keep a paladin alive, that's going to be pretty big. More and more cavalry are going to be appearing, and it is going to be Grail Knights. Okay, shit. So that is going to be a full health Grail Knight unit in the fourth quarter. That is going to be very difficult to deal with. So Grail Knights moving in with Spearmen at Arms, and Yeoman Archers are parking on the objective as well. So here comes the Lances of the Lady, getting a great charge into the Corpse Cart, as well as the Cryptors, which are now going to be diminished a little bit. And now we do see the objective going back to Bretonia. Oh man, what a push and pull this game is. Currently, Plague Penguin and Bretonia is up on points. Yeah, they're certainly scrapping it out well. Peasant Archer is going to be shooting at the Vargeist up in the sky, and Knights Errant are going to be cruising across. Could this be the time? Could it be it? The time of the unwashed peasant is now. As Bretonia does clutch that objective back, the surviving Paladins have rallied, as have the Grail Guardian or Grail Knights. Grail Knights probably have an obscene amount of value, and even these Grail Knights, look at the value, 4,000 value Grail Knights. Oh yeah. Still taking down the big Vargeist right here. They're putting in some heavy lifting. And I think that is officially probably going to be it, right? We don't see any threatening on the outside here. Nothing really going down here. Fey-Enchantress is still alive. She's probably at like 4K value right now. 3,500. And yeah, the vampires are looking really dead in the water. He does have 1,000 saved up. But victory for the Lady and Baston. What a fun one, man. I'm so glad I lost because we got to see a Bretonian Grand Finals there versus vampires. Doesn't get too much better than that. So, looking at the value here, we do have 3,500, 1,600 on the Grail Knight that started, and then the other one got 3,800 value. Knights of the Realm did pretty good as well, performing as expected. Pancreas sweating right now, yeah. Von Karstein Lord getting picked probably was the straw that broke the camel's back, but nonetheless, it was a very fun game. Ooh, Mortis Engine would have been really good if he had had the Mortis Engine out. Maybe calling that thing out earlier. Hard to say. But Grails with the hard carry, yes. GG, well played. Plague Penguin and Bretonia are going to be steel chairing it tonight, bringing home the fat W. And on that note, I want to thank you guys all for joining so much. All of you guys on YouTube, please do drop a like on the way out. It helps quite a bit at keeping the Total War engine going. And for all of you on Twitch, consider subscribing or following if you're not. Dreadsaurian, thank you for subscribing with your Twitch Prime. I appreciate you greatly, my friend. So guys, that is going to be it for today. I'm going to be off tomorrow. The wife and I got some business to take care of, but there will be a video going up most likely. And yeah, that's it. GG, well played. What a good tournament. Hamper, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you, man. We'll see you guys on the other side. Sigmar bless, or the Lady wills it, is probably a little bit more apt. And that is going to be a victory. No, Jungle Bear does not. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. We'll see you on the other side. Glorious, glorious tournament tonight. And that is it for today. GG, well played.
You